sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules. My life destroyed, life destroyed. Until I walk awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Can I take? Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Fly away. It's the first time of today. Today. To dream, believe. You are the strength, you're all I need. Oh, gonna give it a shot. Only one of me to shield you all from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero.
Welcome everybody to the 43rd Pit of Valor. I'm Hawksnest, joined today by the Jazz Man. How we doing today?
Feeling good. First ever Valorant cast in a very long time. I'm super excited to get into this. It looks like a really cool stream package, and I look really good, and you look really good too. So, yep, number 43. There's been a lot of these going around. It's a very popular tournament throughout the amateur scene, and I'm just so glad that I'm going to be able to share every Valorant moment with you guys. But I'm super excited for this. A big day here for GLG. Their LAN thing just got announced. Like there's a lot going on here with GLG. But yeah, super excited to go into this.
Yeah, super glad to be casting with you. It's been a minute since I've been here too, so hopefully we can dust off that rust nice and quick and get into things. But for those of you that are new to the Pit of Valor here at GLG, it's going to be a best of one until those grand finals, which will turn into a best of three single elimination. First place this week's going to grab $100 for themselves, and that's because we are sponsored by Team Caged. So thanks, a big shout out to them for sponsoring this event, allowing us to up that prize pool a little bit. And if any of you are watching and are free agents, or you're playing today just as a free agent with some teams, they are looking for a roster. So if you would want to try out for them, type !sponsor in chat. You'll get all their social media links. You can reach out to them and try and get yourself set up with that. So again, huge shout out to them, and glad that they can help us sponsor and give this prize pool a nice little nudge up today. That's pretty much how the tournament runs. It's going to be best of one all the way through. We're going to pick teams as we go through, get a lot of good action for you guys going today, and it's going to be some banger matches. First up, we have PSI Storm versus Val, VALE. So I haven't personally seen either one of these teams, so I don't have too much of an expectation, but hopefully we're going to get a good game here.
Yeah, it's the opening round here. It's the best of 64. I mean, who knows what could happen? There could be upsets, there could be downsets. There's a lot that could go on. It's crazy, it's chaotic, and it's best of one. So you have to play your best, no mistakes. Everything has to come down to the wire. It's going to be really close, and I think it's going to be really exciting. A fast-paced game with a fast-paced bracket, a best of 3 grand final. I mean, all this is just leading up to it. It's building up to a really exciting tournament here. And I'm super excited to go into this. Now, make sure to type in chat !Radiant, because there's also a lot going on. We talked about the GLG land. I mean, that's not even it. We got more. Radiant Arena's coming back here from Great Lakes Gaming. Make sure to type in !Radiant to get more information on that. But other than that, just waiting for the game to start. I'm excited. I'm not sure how this is going to go because it's the best of 64. It's random seeds. It's anyone versus anyone. Like there's no entry gate. It's just anyone could be playing against each other. So this is going to be a really interesting opening sequence here for this first best of 1. Lord knows what can happen. It's going to be chaotic.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I love about, these Pit of Valor tournaments. These teams that, they may or may not be in the scene already. They may or may not have some experience. And it's just a place that you guys get to come in and we get to see you play. You get to get your feet wet into the competitive scene if you haven't really done anything like that before. It's much different than playing, in those solo queue. Even if you 5-stack, you might not be up against a 5-stack. So it's a whole different world. And it's super exciting to see these teams start to get their footing in the scene and start growing from there. They get to find what works well for them, what doesn't work well for them, and grow from there. And I guess we haven't mentioned this yet. Breeze is now live in the Pit of Valor. So if anyone has put the time on that map or they want to just see if they can play on it, they're definitely able to do so. And we might get some starting off, might see some later, but that they are live. So hopefully we'll get to see some of that today and get some new map action for us in the Pit of Valor.
Yeah, it's a really good looking map too. Where I come from in Rainbow Six Siege, our tools are very limited, but in Valor, there's a lot to work with. So we're going to get to see some beautiful shots of the map as well as hopefully the map actually in play. It's a very aggressive map, very movement based. No matter what, you have to be making sure that your rotations are correct. There's a lot of ways to rotate and a lot of ways to get caught off guard. I mean, just all this is building up to be such a quick and hype sort of area, but we'll see. Like you said, Breeze is brand new. Teams are going to know how to play this exactly to the T. They're going to know how to use them, what utility, until they practice it a lot more and more, and then we'll eventually start to see Breeze incorporated a lot more. But right now, it's just very brand new. Icebox was only a few months ago, so it's everything really, really brand new. Kind of got to stop for a sec and relax and make sure that not only are you used to Breeze, which is just brand spanking new, but you also have to make sure that you're used to all the other maps instead of going to your traditional Haven bind split. I for one am playing devil's advocate. I hope we see these maps. I hope there's a lot of chaos and carnage, but that's what you can kind of expect, especially because it's best of 1. You don't want to play a map that's going to be super uncomfortable because one mistake on one side, and you can be sent packing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these best of 1s, it's much different than the best of 3 where you can try and pick a map. You could pick Breeze. Say you played it a couple times. You have to hope your opponent hasn't played it at all. You have a little bit of an idea. You pick it as a second map, hope to just throw them out or force it to a game 3 if you don't take that first one. But these best of 1s, you really got to put your all into every single round. There's no chance to okay, we can scrap these couple rounds, try again on the next map. But it's all or nothing here. But yeah, I think for the first couple rounds here, we're probably going to just see some of the standard maps, but I think everything is good to go for our first map. Again, that's going to be PSI Storm versus Vale. We've banned Haven and Breeze, and Split. So we're going to Ascent, and Vale is going to be on the defending side for this first map. So I think we're just waiting for one last player to grab them or get themselves into the lobby, and we'll go right into that agent selection, and we'll show you guys that as we get there.
Ascent's a very traditional map. It kind of follows the formula of some other games like Call of Duty, like Counter-Strike. Just very, very down to earth. The way that it's played is pretty obvious. You can kind of just pick apart the strategy. Like as a viewer, it's a really easy map. So I think having Ascent as our start is definitely very good. I'm interested to see what we'll be seeing brought out. Obviously, Ascent, it's not new anymore. It used to be. The game's a year old. Like how we've come very far. But yeah. A good traditional map to start us off here. Ascent's going to be really exciting. I think it's going to come down just to skill and gunplay. Like that's all it is. Not only does Valorant function that way, but Ascent does as well because it's very well established in the scene. So we're not going to see anything too crazy. Just big plays. But yeah, with Vale on defense, obviously just like the way that FPS shooters work. Usually, if you're on defense and you don't have to move that much, it's your advantage. That's how it works in Rainbow Six. I don't know if it works like this in Val, but it's just you just stand still, you just wait for everyone to come to you. But yeah, we'll see if Vale can hold their own against PSI. But I'm excited. I'm ready to get into this.
Yeah, I think I mean, most teams will play defense that way. They'll kind of get some sort of setup, go and watch their angles, try and get the call outs for their teammates and rotate when they need to. But we have seen a lot of teams will kind of jump the gun on some of these defensive rounds, try and take the attackers by surprise and be aggressive off the rip, see if they can get a couple picks and then play back afterwards. But it really just comes down to the team's play style. And like you mentioned earlier, I mean, it's an older map now. Everyone should have a good understanding of it. So there shouldn't be any crazy cheeky plays people have hidden. Every strat has kind of been thought through at this point, I would say. So we should just see some pretty straightforward gameplay. It's going to come down to who's able to hit those headshots, use their abilities properly, and we're heading into the agent selection right now. PSI Storm very quick on their hovers, so they already had a pretty strong game plan going into this one, it looks like.
Yeah, we talked about how we kind of didn't, we don't know these teams as well. They're it's amateur Valorant. You never know what could come out here. But yeah, it seems like we're just bringing some pretty standard lineups here. Obviously, the Killjoy is very strong. Nothing too out of the ordinary for both these sides. But going into Ascent, I'm excited. I really can't wait to see how this game goes. There's a lot to go into this. Like you said, Ascent established, not new anymore, or at least not new in Valorant years. Valorant age, if you want to call it that. But yeah, pretty typical stuff here.
Yeah, good mixture of, you have the offensive, duelist, you have the supportive characters with a lot more utility to be used. I'm seeing pretty similar on both sides, depending on how PSI lock in these last two picks. Could just be the Omen versus the Killjoy and the difference between the teams right now. And I expect the locks to come in as they are Hover, Dreamy, and Ellie, the last two to get their picks in there.
A Yoru Hover? No, it's gonna be right now. I got excited for a sec. I thought we were gonna see some Yoru action, but no, I was completely dead wrong. Yoru's very interesting. I like Yoru. He's fun to watch. Probably not that good, but fun to watch.
Yeah, it's always fun to see the newer agents come out and see how people like to play them and throw them into these older compositions.
Big one being Astra. I mean, holy moly, Astra's made a huge impact on basically every single competitive side of Valorant, even ranked, even your ranked games. Astra's probably a nightmare sometimes, but we're only seeing the Astra being brought out here from Team Vale. So nothing on the side of PSI Storm, especially when they're on attack. I guess it's weird. Astra's is very powerful all around. Maybe this just isn't the map for her, but we'll have to see as we move into round number 1. And I'm excited. I'm really excited to see how this goes. It seems like it is going to be a full B stack here for PSI Storm as they look to get their attacks going.
Yeah, pretty standard buyout here. Couple frenzies, some armor on either side. The B stack garage could call for a fast hit. Aori will be the first line of defense here. Going to throw that turret down as soon as these walls drop, and that'll alert them as they come around the corner. Hopefully give them enough time to call for the rotations and react. But if PSI Storm can just burst right through here, might have a chance to get onto that site nice and early. They're actually going to switch up and run right through the mid. Red's going to pop out, able to find one kill. Aloha's going to trade it out there, and they're just going to flood this B site as the rotation comes through.
Smoked off is Aloha, but they're able to get through the mid doors and try and make their way in. They have 2 people only on the site. It's going to be coming in from the frenzy. It's Aloha gets a kill here, and it's just a nightmare here for Vale as 4 versus 2 ensues. The Astra and the Jet tasked with the retake here. Tummet making his way in. It's going to be a trade, and now it's just Tummet in a 1 versus 3, but he's just going to get stacked upon. A really, really good push there from PSI Storm. They were just taking no prisoners, making their way in as fast as possible, giving Vale basically 0 time to rotate back. And yeah, successful piss round for them. They're going to be able to go for the Spectre buy and probably take another round, given the economy and given what Vale actually have.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really great play. I really did fully expect them just to run straight through garage, but they sent the drone out there to bait it out, get the audio cue that there is a drone in the garage, turn that focus there, then they just ran right down the middle, got onto that B site, cut off any sort of rotations that could possibly happen quickly. We're going to do it one more time, this time choosing to go through the garage. The dart will reveal a few, but they're just going to keep pressing forward. The Cloudburst will come out. Kitsu tries to find one with a pistol, not able to do anything though. Does find one onto Ellie. Dreamy will trade it back, just murder across this B site once again. 3 players left for Vale now on the rotation as the spike goes down.
Quite no contesting there. There's only 1 person dead on the side of PSIs. It's going to be a flash out from Dreamy, and this is just There's so much control being held, but Tummet, a beautiful headshot on Cooney, and Tummet with a second. He's actually able to claim Cooney and Aloha. This round is starting to come back here for Vale, but for how long? Is this going to be another kill from the Jet? PSI Storm completely lost control of the site. It's a 3 versus 1 here for the Omen. He's going to find one, looking for a second onto the Astro, who's very low. Can't do it. He's going to drop his gun on accident. And he has to get the defusing AR. He will, but not in time. It seems like, actually, no, he wasn't able. Wait, he was? No, he wasn't. He wasn't able to get in time. He's going to go for the last kill. Doesn't get it. That was so close there from Iori. He was, or sorry, from Party Kid. He was almost able to get that quite literally last second. But it wasn't.
Yeah, that was nuts. I mean, Tommy with the 2 headshots there with the pistol, then able to grab the Spectre, do some more damage. Teammates get the guns in hand. And that was a beautiful retake from Val. I think PSI Storm got a little bit too cocky there. He just assumed that with their Spectres, they were going to win any gunfight that they came into. But those headshots still hurt, man.
They hurt a lot. The Classic has been probably the best weapon in the game. Better than the Op. Quote me on that. But, Psystorm now just gonna go from mid push there. It's looking like it is gonna be some sort of a save, just buying out Sheriffs after an unsuccessful attack that honestly they should have won. I think it just came down to personal mistakes, the way that they took their ones. It was very aggressive and they kind of underestimated the power from Vale. But coming in through mid, Tummet just waiting for the flashes. It's gonna be a trade between Vale and Cooney. As Tummet looking for the first, he can't find any of them, but Kietsu is able to find one at least. It's going to be a 3 versus 3 as they look to retake what looks like it is going to be a continuous push into B.
Like in the middle of the map, just the Omen by themselves pushing up onto this A site. Might get into a gunfight, gonna lose it. Now it's a 3v2. Val has the man advantage. 2 players still towards the middle. The Jet's gonna watch over. May have just spotted Aloha. Definitely gonna spot the other player there, Kitsu. Pushing forward, getting some damage down. No kills to come through quite yet as they make their way back towards that B site. Finding a pick on the way, which is huge. Brings it back to a 2v2.
30 seconds left.
Aloha's going to get this down. Completely free of charge, but here comes a swing from the Jet, and it's going to be him going down. It's just up to Dreamy in a 1 versus 2. Able to find one, has to look for the second, but he's going to back away. Just waiting for the Jet. He can't find Iori's head just yet. It's a head glitch spot. It's kind of rough. Just playing the patience game, waiting to see who makes the first mistake. Aori will get it halfway, but Dreamy will swing off of that, making it that his 4th kill in a 1 versus 2 successfully won. Really hard to tell who's actually going to win these rounds here, as no matter what, even if Psystorm are able to get onto site, it does look like Vale has a chance, but that was all Psystorm on that execute. Really well played from them, and they'll have full guns, while Vale are going to have to go for sort of a save.
Yeah, I mean, these rounds are just very, very close, coming right down to the wire. Only that first round was pretty decisive, but after that, switching back and forth now. The save from Vale may lead into another win from Psystorm here, as they're all grouped up towards A, hoping to get a cheeky push forward there, but everyone pushed towards this B garage. Should be an open site as the Owl drone pushes forward. Dreamy's going to find one through the mid, and that'll signify that everyone's over towards that B. Red's going to try and get a Sheriff shot. Can't quite make it happen. Dreamy still doing work in the middle there.
Huge plays there from Dreamy, but like he said, everyone on Vale was on A and everyone on Psystorm was pushing B, so it's just going to be a holding off with cutoffs. Cooney, he's on the site, and it's going to be a plant going down here for Psystorm with really no contesting whatsoever. In a 4 versus 3, Vale are going to have to move their way in with Classics and a Dream, as Psystorm are just locking down the site. Not going to overextend whatsoever. They're just going to wait for their prey to come to them. And they have the man advantage, so they can go for trades here. But there is still the ult on the Jet side from Vale coming in. Party Kid's going to be alerted to 2 players pushing down his highway. Going to go for 1. He will find Aloha for a 2nd kill. Going to look for the 3rd here, but it's going to be immediately traded out. It's a 1 versus 2 here. Tummet, last man remaining, but with no time and with 2 people to find, it's just going to be Cooney holding the cutoff. He'll get that frag, and it's going to be Psystorm taking 3 rounds now.
The knives almost make a bit difference there from the Jet on the side of Vale, but not quite enough to, pull off the rest of those kills on that round. So it's going to be 3-1. Psystorm still keeping their lead for now, 2 in a row for them. Looking to get themselves a 3rd with another full buy, but Vale also having the rifles in hand. Only Aori unable to grab that full armor, but the rifle still can do enough damage if you, play your life a little bit, just try and get some pot shots off. Call for the rotation. They're going to be holding down the B site pretty much by themselves, with a couple players watching towards the mid as Cooney pushes forward.
Kitsu is really the only person here to deny this mid push. He's going to get spotted out and fall back immediately. Really smart considering how Psystorm have been pushing through mid. They've been relentless whenever it comes to this. They have a lot of now. Vale have a lot of opportunities here to try and keep them out of mid. Kietsu is just waiting, however, as a B push ensues. It's going to be a trade between Kietsu and Party Kid as Dreamy gets found here by Tummet. The push is successful here for Psystorm, but there's still a player sitting behind side that Sayori hasn't been cleared out yet. He's going to find one, looking for the second, but Cooney finds it instead. It's a 1 versus 3, and Cooney, he has Spike, but that's really the only advantage that he has. Pulls out the knives now, looking for one. He'll find Red, but he's going to jet right into the enemy jet, and it's going to be around here for Vale. A much needed one is that. They're going to climb back after Psystorm having a dominating push in through A.
Yeah, once again, I mean, Vale's retakes have been pretty good when they're given a chance to have that retake, and the site doesn't just immediately fall apart. They're able to get those rotations, and you know they split up a little bit, come from different angles. I can sense that the communication is there between them. You know, these callouts, everyone's reacting pretty much in the way you would want them to as they make these retakes. So, Psystorm definitely has their work cut out for them. Making these holds, they're gonna try this A site. It's the first time they've made their way over here at the start of the round. Ellie's drone will come through and see what they can spot out. Nothing before being taken out. Maybe caught a glimpse of someone, but that smoke cut off a lot of utility there.
Dreamy trying to make his way through mid, but Vale seems like they know something that we don't as Red. Gotta be really careful with what he does here. Not only is he trying to hold off the players pushing in through mid, but he's also got a big task ahead of trying to hold the crossfire onto A, considering that Psystorm looking like they're gonna want to go for this A push. Dreamy's still positioned inside of mid. Red gonna flash nothing but a Killjoy bot as it's a stall out here from the attacking side of Psystorm. Just gonna need to make some progress very soon, however, as 55 seconds remain.
Dreamy stuck in the mid, will get taken out by Kitsu. The trade comes through onto that A site. The primary defender taken out. Cooney's gonna jump up, drop down, try to get the wall bangs, but Tummet finds 3. Solo holding that site beautifully. Just Party Kid and their sheriff. Not much of a party anymore as Aori finds their face.
Really seemed a little bit off there. You know, Psystorm, they've been one for communications. They've been one for being able to basically just catch out Vale whenever they possibly can. They've been very aggressive in the way that they work. But other than that, I mean, it was just, that seemed really disoriented. There was not a lot going for that. It was, they wanted to push through mid and then they wanted to push through A. And then they had a solo player in B. It didn't seem like they knew what they wanted. And unfortunately, Vale were just able to catch them out. Beautiful crossfires being held by them, as well as the Astra play as well. We can't forget the Astra, of course, but yeah, really well played there from Vale, as it's going to be 3 apiece. What was once a Psystorm game, but now it's full buy for both of these teams. We're going to have a very exciting round ahead of us, and this could determine the future of how the rest of this half goes.
Yeah, fully tied up right now. One of these teams could start to run away with it, though. These next few rounds definitely going to be pretty decisive. As you mentioned, Red's going to once again hold this catwalk. Sees Dreamy, can't quite find the kill, does manage to get it, finds a second onto Party Kid, going to drop back, reload. Throws the flash out. The shock dart will miss. It's going to reposition and hold that angle as Ellie tries to push forward. Sees the coat, not able to find any more though, but 2 kills for none is beautifully done there. Cooney's going to push on to this site. Has control of it for the time being as the spike still hasn't made their way all the way through. Aloha gets tagged up a little bit, but manages to get themselves here. Going to drop that spike.
This retake, and Tummet's able to start that off with Cooney going down. It's a 4 versus 2, and this retake is going to seem very easy here for Vale with a little man count that Psystorm have. No, that's not good. Getsu takes down his own teammate, and Red refrags his own teammate's death. It's just Ellie, who's not even on site to defend that. Tummet going to go for his second kill. A very strong player here is this Astra on support. We've been talking about Tummet a lot. Make sure to keep this name in your head, as he'll give Vale the lead this game.
Yeah, I was just going to mention Tummet, just an absolute monster so far when we pull up this scoreboard here. 10-3. I feel like every round that Vale has just kind of taken dominantly, it's because Tummet has gotten multi-kills. Like, there was a couple rounds over towards B, they got 2, they got 3, they're getting 4 pieces. It's insane how strong they are at this moment. The Astra utility also just playing such a huge role, so if you can use that utility and frag out, I don't think you could ask for a better player.
Yeah, Tummet is really doing God's work right now, being able to frag out on support. Now, obviously, there's a little bit of a misconception sometimes that your support doesn't have to frag out. Not really the case whenever you actually see a support just absolutely going bonkers whenever it comes to his gun skill. So Really good to see Tummet doing good work for his team. It's going to be a full push through A here as all the utility comes through. Jet's able to find himself inside of the site. Dreamy finds the opening frag. 5 versus 4 already. Tummet able to find one, but he's traded out immediately. Site control is going to be in the hands of Psystorm. However, there's one coming up through heaven as Cooney acquires a Phantom. Door's going to be closed inside a tree, but immediately shot down as Psystorm. They have a lot of progress. Overextending here is Cooney, but oh, he finds Red and finds Aori as well. The overextend into tree was a little bit dangerous, but he's able to get away with it as he jets away from Get2, who's in a 1 versus 4, but can't do anything as Dreamy finds his second kill. Beautiful shots there from the Jet on the side of Psystorm, basically claiming that round for his team. It's going to be 4-3.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they push. We can see us up on your screen one more time. Cooney drops down, goes towards this tree. As we mentioned, the door just got shot down. Going to drop through their own cloudburst and just a nasty flick right onto Red's face. Going to re-center themselves onto Aori. And those 2 kills definitely solidified their round. If you get one of those and drop, it's still pretty good. Getting both is just crazy. Definitely the MVP of that round. So Val going to be up 4-3 currently. The operator in the hands of the Jet. Holding down this middle. Red also was that crossfire. The slower push comes through from the attackers.
Ellie off the drone here, gonna try and find that Phoenix, and he's able to do so. Even just 1 kill with that all is great, and that allows Psystorm to flood inside of sight. Cooney, he's been very aggressive whenever it comes to this extend, so he's got to be really careful considering a Jet is pulling up on him with an op. Cooney just waiting, biding his time, has 1 to his left. He's gonna wait for the trigger discipline, finds Getsu, finds Aori, but is immediately traded, but it doesn't matter. The damage has been done from Cooney. 3 kills for him. Now it's the question of, is he gonna save the op here in a 1 versus 4? It seems like he is. That's a smarter move definitely to play here for the Jet on Vale, as Vale will unfortunately lose the round as a result. Beautiful plays here. I'm really surprised to see how, the Jet on Psystorm is just getting away with this aggressive play. He's overextending a lot most of the time. He's always putting himself in a position where he can be punished, but no matter what, he's able to get away with it. This has just been absolutely huge here from Cooney, as no matter what, the Jet from Vale isn't able to save the op. It's heartbreak on the side of Psystorm, as not only do they, on the side of Vale, as not only do they lose the round, but they also lose the op.
Yeah, a lot of money went into that round for them. Gonna have to have a save by here, a couple of judges and sheriffs to come through. I mean, those guns are definitely still possible to win a round with. You get those nice headshots with the sheriff, you play some cheeky corners with the judge, can make it happen. But Psystorm right now looking like they want to start to run away with things. They have the economy, they're hyped up off the last couple rounds that they've gotten. See if Cooney can find an opening pick with the operator. Just gonna nick the elbow of Red. Actually goes wide. No damage should be done there, but some information called out as Dreamy pushes forward through the middle of the map just by themselves for now.
It's definitely shades of what they were doing last time they pushed in through B. They take control of mid and they just flood as fast as they possibly can whenever they get an opening pick. It's a very, very smart way of playing it. It's not like right now Vale can do anything about it, considering all they have are sheriffs and judges. And whenever they even had normal guns, there wasn't much that they could do. Through the smoke, Dreamy finds his opening pick, but gets it with the knockdown. It's gonna be 2 kills here for the Jet on the side of Vale with the assist of the judge. Beautiful shots there from him, but Dreamy gets that frag. Red starting to climb back here. It's a 1 versus 3. Dreamy now tasked with winning the round, and as he finds 4, it's going to be the save round going in the way of Vale in a shocking twist. Gonna be their round coming back for them. I'm really surprised that they won that, but a huge double kill. And not only was it a double kill, but it was also with the assist of the Jet, of the judge from Red. Really aggressive, but it worked.
Yeah, crazy stuff right there. We're gonna get it back up on your screen. The first pick goes over towards Dreamy. Party Kid pulls up, finds one from Kitsu. The sheriff shotgun combo there cleans up the rest. And those picks, I mean, that definitely threw Psystorm off a bit. Dreamy does trade back one, Red gets the other, and at the end they kind of line up. Almost could have, lost themselves that round the way they lined up, but the third player coming through, able to get that trade at the end of it. So we're still tied up 5-5. This is such a close game. I really don't know how the last couple rounds are going to go in this half.
Doesn't seem like Psystorm do either. They've kind of taken a tone back to their aggressive playstyle, and they're just going to wait for Vale and see what they're going to do, as it looks like it is going to be a majority A push. Ellie's going to drone through, find nobody sitting on top of those concrete blocks. Aori is sitting inside of Hell, however. That's something that they aren't aware of. But Cooney gets the opening frag no matter what. Nice Silva arrow and really beautiful lineup. That's going to clear out sight. It's not going to clear out Aori, however, who is just... He's going through it, man. He's stuck inside, and he's just going to swing out. Cooney finds a second frag, and this plant's going to go down very easily.
Operator doing a lot of work for Psystorm right now. Red's going to pop through with that ultimate. Get some information. No kills to come through. Dreamy will fall on site. Gets traded out from Aloha. Going to look for the second. Able to grab that one. Third one's up top. Runs out of ammo. With Party Kids there for the help. That'll go 6-5 Psystorm.
Revealing area.
Yeah, that hold there in general from Vale definitely relied on individual play. That's why you saw the Jet playing inside of Hell, just to see if he can make something happen, to be honest. Like, or sorry, it was the Killjoy Vale. It was just to see if he can make something happen, to see if he can make a play and allow for Vale to kind of come back on this retake. But that's all that they really had going for them. But now coming into this, their eco's a little bit messed up. Kietsu's the only one with a full buy, and, well, what are they going to be able to do from this? They have 2 ults, but that's about it. The knives are going to be the big factor, I think, into this round if Vale do decide to bring them out. Otherwise, Psystorm are going to be able to run away with this hat.
Yeah, Psystorm Marina ultimate going to be popped right off the rip, I assume. Yeah, there comes the knives for both Jets as we push towards this A site. Dreamy going to take it slower this time. They wait for some sort of information. The Jet will fall through. Party Kid teleports in, gets a bit of information. The knives from Cooney find one, looking for more as they cut towards heaven. Can't quite find anything. The opposing Jet's knives are going to ring true. Tummet with that Sheriff finds one. Dreamy spots one through the door. Can't quite secure the kill, though. Going to have to back up as their numbers have dwindled since being on this site.
4 versus 3. Aloha stuck in the corner here. Has to make a huge play, but he's not going to be able to as both Red and the Jet find a kill each. Dreamy finds one, but he's got 3 more to find. Finds a second, but Red is able to claim that. The knives from Jet on the side of Vale. Beautiful place from them as an Astra ult is also popped just a little bit too late. It's going to be Vale securing that round. And, you know, they needed ults to do it, obviously, but it was better nothing than that as they are going to tie up the half and moving in to the next half on a 6-6. I mean, this game couldn't be more even.
It really couldn't be. A very back and forth as you look at the previous scores. 1-2 in a row. The longest we had was a 3 streak there, but very much so back and forth. We're gonna go into another pistol round. See how Psystorm can, you know, do on this defending side. They have a pretty aggressive composition, so they might start to, you know, try and push up a little bit on these defensive rounds. They definitely have, you know, the gunplay to be able to make those kills happen. Dreamy and Cooney doing amazing for their team. Tummet's still up at the top of the leaderboard on the other side for Vale, so evenly matched in terms of, you know, strengths and weaknesses on these teams as the first push comes towards A here.
Astra going to be tasked with holding this down. Dreamy swings in, but he's just immediately found and obliterated on this pistol round. And Cooney's really the only one holding this cutoff, and he's smoked off, so there's really not much he can do as Plant's going to go down. This is going to be really, really easy here for Vale, as long as they just wait for Psystorm. But Psystorm are stacking together. Very smart of them to just take their ones together. But Tummet and Red are each going to find a kill, so it doesn't even matter at this point. As Ellie takes down Red, it's going to be Aori to find the refrag, and it's just up to Ellie, but he's not able to find it. As Aori finds a second, it's going to be Vale taking that pistol round. Yeah, really aggressive there. Obviously, the only person that you really had to hold that cutoff was the player sitting inside of tree, and even whenever he was smoked off, basically, A was open.
Yeah, they got that opening pick. They rush onto the site. They got themselves in some good positions, and there's not much that Psystorm could do trying to retake that from heaven. They had 3 players up there. They couldn't even see the majority of Vale on the site. They just had to kind of take a guess that they're all in hell, try and drop down. Didn't even really get a chance to, as the kills all come through before that happened. So they're going to go right back to A. It worked for them before with pistols. Now they have some stronger weaponry in hand, but Psystorm seemed to be ready for it. Cooney and Dreamy crouched up and waiting, not even gonna get a chance to do anything as they're both just obliterated. Back onto that A site one more time. Aloha this time, and the door will get shot through the smoke summit. Great shots there. Just 2 players left from Psystorm. I don't know if they're going to be able to make this one happen. They're going to need a bit of a miracle.
Yeah, Thomas just going to claim this one as well. I mean, even if Psystorm wanted to do anything on that retake, they were going up against a bunch of Spectres, and the utility stack that was going on inside of Heaven just didn't allow for anything when it comes to defensive positions. Tree was also being held, just in general, very beautiful, as well as, you know, in the chaos while Vale were just hard pushing A, going extremely fast, and it seemed like everything they were doing was just gibberish. They really held that well. They were able to keep tree completely locked down. They locked down heaven with all the utility in the world, and it just didn't allow for Psystorm to do anything, even if they had a chance, even if they had guns to begin with. And while Psystorm are pushing together, which is, very good, it shows that there's communication going on between them, it simply did not matter. But they're going to switch it up, and they're going to go B.
Have a good read on what Psystorm might want to do. Gonna dash forward. Odin gonna find one though. Will get shot in the side as Summit wraps all the way around because there's no one else on B to stop it. Red's gonna throw some hot hands up towards that middle. And push to come back through the defender's spawn here. 2 members on site, 2 in the garage. Have a pretty good hold here as they dash forwards towards that site. The drone will spot one. The Odin gonna start spraying, looking for one. 5-6 trying to find a target. Aloha will win that one out though. Gonna grab the Odin for themselves. Can't quite land the spread though, as Red finds that one for another Val round.
Everyone was just trading that Odin back and forth, seeing what they can do with it. But yeah, as you can see by your screen, the Odin was not very successful. And not only was it not very successful, but the economy is going to be hurting because of that. It was an interesting tactic. We'll give it to Psystorm for making it a little bit interesting, but yeah, you can see they're going to have to go for a min buy. They're going to have to be very, gracious with their eco, and given the patterns that we've seen, it's not over just yet. Even though it is an eco round, we've seen some insane plays going around on the eco rounds because, eco rounds are where you can kind of just let loose and do whatever you want to do. Let's see if that'll be an advantage as Red pushes the up cat. He's going to be met with not only 2, but 3 people as Cooney wipes Aori down. Red will take one, but it's traded out immediately by Party Kid. This is being held so well. The crosses from mid and cat are just impressive. And while they have A control, still a 4 versus 2 after all that time. We talked about how anything can happen in an eco round, and that is just living proof. The Jet here gonna swing out by Party Kid, just goes for Dreamy as well, and he claims that. A huge playmaker is this Jet player, but now he's stuck inside of tree. He has to make his way out, and he will, but he's being chased down. 2 versus 2. Looking very winnable here for Vale, but it's now going to come down to a clutch from Tummet. He's been very powerful on this defensive side. Let's see what he can do on attack. Looking for the second, and he finds Cooney through the smoke. Tummet has just been so powerful here for his team. Vale will secure yet another round, which they absolutely should not have done. Psystorm had the man advantage. They held the crosses so well inside of mid, but it's the gun skill in the end. Huge round there from Tummet as well as the Jet. It's going to be another round here from Vale. 10-6, they're running away with this.
Absolutely. We're going to see this replay up on your screen. Cooney finds that pick. Now it's all up to Tummet, as you mentioned. Grabs the first one. Beautiful read on that Jet there for the clutch. I mean, yeah, like you said, Psystorm, that was their round to lose. And that opening cross was so good. The communication was exactly what you want it to be. They had, every angle held. That mid was impenetrable. And then they got onto that A site. The bit of the flank comes through. They get the A control for the side of Vale. And at the very end, I mean, we just saw it again on your screen. Tummet just goes beast mode one more time, getting themselves into those double digits rounds. So we do have a tech pause just for a quick minute here. We're going to hope to get that sorted as soon as we possibly can. But 10-6, I mean, this game's starting to look like you mentioned, Vale's running away with it.
Yeah, they got really aggressive. They got in the face of Psystorm, who looked like they're a very, very well-rounded team. They're very cohesive. They play with each other. So whenever you break them up and whenever you try to get aggressive and basically make them feel uncomfortable, that's when stuff can get really, really dire for them. We saw that mid push. I'm gonna keep on harping on it. That mid push that went on from Vale was shut down immediately by Psystorm. They played together so well. They had Party Kid sitting inside of mid, and they had everyone else swinging cat, and that was it. That should have been round. But then Vale were just able to climb back. Tummet got 2 kills, I believe, on the end of the round, as well as the other 2 kills. And it was just Vale played together even stronger. They just had a 4v2 that, I mean, gosh, they should not have won that. They really shouldn't. I can't harp on that anymore. They should not have won that. But Psystorm maybe, trying to play this, tactically, trying to be careful, trying to be well measured. Maybe that was the big mistake that lost them that round. They weren't willing to take aggressive gunfights, and they weren't able to play off of each other in that post plant. So it got really, really difficult for Tummet and team, but they were able to lock it out.
Yeah, I mean, after a round like that for Psystorm, the morale might be a bit low right now. I mean, like we've just said, that was their round to lose, and they did it. They really shouldn't have. So you gotta start to wonder. They only have 3 potential rounds for Vale. If they take the next 3, that's it. Psystorm is done for the tournament. There's no losers bracket. They're out. You gotta be able to keep your mental strong, though. That was a rough round to lose, but you can still have a bunch more rounds to come in the future. You gotta be able to bring this back and stay strong. Hopefully, they're able to do that. They have this pause for a bit. So maybe they're using this to, 1, fix the technical issues, but 2, also take a little bit of a deep breath, get yourself a drink of water or something. Just try and calm those nerves, because the last couple of rounds, I could see them starting to fall apart a little bit more and more each time. We had that great hold, and then they kind of fumbled a little bit, lost it. So the next round could be very decisive. If they're not able to pull it back together, just mentally, it's going to be rough for them from here on out. Not even to mention, 3 players are at 0 credits. So you're gonna have the bonus kicking in, but that's still just very, very low to be able to keep doing this type of play.
Yeah, it's going to be a really aggressive play. I mean, you see a low armored op. I mean, whenever you see a low armored op, things are going to get a little bit, we'll say, heated. So, yeah, Vale. If you just came back here, this is not close anymore. Valor currently running away with this 10-6. I mean, it happens. I think that Vale have been playing basically to perfection on this defensive half. On this attacking half, and Psystorm, I mean, they've been caught off guard really heavily. They had such a good attack, and they had really good, defensive positions whenever they were on attack, able to hold post plants very well against Vale, who were also very good at retakes. But I guess that wasn't enough to show, what we're going to see on this attacking half. 4 rounds, count it with me. 4 rounds on the side of Vale, nonstop, and it's just been a wrecking ball. We call it the snowball effect, right? Because it's like over time the snowball grows and it gets worse and worse and worse. Even if you have these bonuses, you still have the pressure. You still have the inclined pressure. Eventually, you're going to have to save, and it might be too late for that.
Yeah, I think they're in a very tough spot at this point. 3 more losses. That's it. They're done for today. You're in a pinch. You have this last, not even really a full buy. You have the best case scenario buy. You really have to bet it all on the line right here. Hope that you can come away with this one. Keep as many guns as you can. Even if you're not going to win the round, there has to be a point where you have to say, okay, we just need to give the round and save the guns that we have. If there's 2 or 3 people alive and it's, Vale has the majority of their players, someone's got to be able to make that call to say, don't even go for it. It's probably a losing situation. Just save the money, save the guns. We'll try again next round. Don't waste as much money as we can. That's what I would do in this situation if I'm them, and just kind of staring down the barrel of the gun right now. There's not too much left for them to try and do. Hopefully, they can start to pick it up a little bit. If you're fans of them, if you guys are their friends, you're trying to help them out. I'm sure you're cheering them on the sidelines. But Vale, at the time being, once we switch to the second half and they've been on attack, they've just been on fire. I don't know if they wanted this in when they picked this map, they said, okay, we'll go defense. Once we get on offense, it'll be over, or if they're just hitting some lucky stride right now, but they are doing everything they need to.
Yeah, and like you said, the way that Psystorm are buying, the way that we saw them before this break, they're betting it all. They're putting all the chips down, and they're just going to wait and see what happens. They need a round. And honestly, like you said, the smarter option is definitely to buy. But right now, I mean, they're in the mindset, like, we need a round. No matter what, we need a round. Like, it's now or 3 rounds from now, or 2 rounds from now, we need a round. So the way that they're heading, if they do mess up this round, if they make even the tiniest of mistakes, they're not going to have a lot of credits to go by, and that means that they're out. I mean, to be honest, I don't think both these teams deserve to be eliminated, right? Like, this is, it's so close, but yeah, this is for elimination. It's a best of 1, and it's a single limb bracket. Like, they're done if they lose this. So we'll have to see what happens here. Psystorm putting it all on the line right now. Let's see if they can crack this Vale attack that has just been, it's been so perfect recently.
All right, here we go. We are back. Pause has been concluded. Vale going to push towards this A site. Cooney is going to find a first pick onto Red, though. That's going to be huge. Red has been a force of their own for Vale, so getting them off the map for the time being gives them a nice advantage. The slower push onto A, though. Tummet calling those stars down to help out the team.
Things are going to start to ramp up here. Does Vale have the site, but Psystorm are still surrounding. If Tummet can find this frag onto Aloha, who I think knows that she's there. going to come down to this, but Dreamy is instead going to be the third dimension that he didn't think about here. It's going to be 2 kills going in the way of Psystorm. Now another 4 versus 2 ensues. This time around, however, it doesn't seem like Vel can win this out as Kietsu goes down. It's just Aori. He finds one, but is immediately traded by the enemy Killjoy. They bet everything on this round, and they got it. Psystorm will take the round. It's going to be 10-7 for them.
Huge round win for them right there. I think that break kind of helped in their favor. They seemed a lot more cool, calm, collected, like they were just helping each other at the same time, but they weren't just wildly running around a corner trying to get that trade immediately. You know, they had some information, they were passing it back and forth, they played around each other, some really good flanks coming through on that one. If they're going to be able to take this game, I think that's what they need to do for the rest of the map here on these defensive rounds. They're going to have 4 ultimates going into this next one. Could use a couple of them here just to really solidify their comeback. We'll have to see as the walls drop now. Cooney once again with that operator going to hold down the garage. Might get the first pick onto red one more time.
Absolutely. They don't expect them to be here. This is not a very common opposition. Flashman comes on out, but Cooney misses his window of opportunity. He's going to have to get out of there as Red actually finds Eli. He really should have even gotten a kill in that position. He was smoked off completely, and this was supposed to be either Psystorm get a kill or Psystorm don't, but it turns into Psystorm lose a man. They put so much onto that. I'm just so surprised that they lost that, but here comes Summit, and it's just going to be a full conversion into a cat push. But you can see Psystorm, they don't seem very ready for it. They're just sitting outside a tree, not on site just yet. Aloha is going to have to hold this down while Dreamy through the smoke to look for Tummet, and he gets that. It's going to be the frag going his way. Dreamy backs up, and the plant's going to go down, but the post plant, don't underestimate it here from Psystorm. They have man advantage, and they also have, not man advantage, but they have a lot of men going into this, and they also have the weapons, but the Killjoy's coming on out here from Psystorm. This could be absolutely huge as there's another Killjoy. It's an attacker Killjoy. All the ults coming on out this round. Kietsu coming in. Red finds 3 huge kills here for this round, and it does seem like Valor are going to secure this, but the attacker Killjoy going on out. 2 players are going to get detained. Backing up here is going to be Aloha, but he gets found. This round is all but over as Cooney still detained. Fail. They secure the round with Red on 4. It's 11-7. 2 more rounds here for Vale off a huge play there from Red, and this is all over.
That was a crazy round. Psystorm's Killjoy ultimate being destroyed, I think, was huge. Vale was able to get theirs off, but Psystorm was not. There was a Venn diagram on the map. If both went off, I think every player would have been detained at some point unless someone fully backed off, but Val were the ones to get those last 2 kills. I mean, by that point, the round was definitely in their favor. They were able to get the kills that they needed to as they got onto the site. So great work out of them. As you mentioned, 2 more will confirm their win here. Red's going to pop the run it back to push forward. Doesn't really see much. Able to find Cooney. Eli trades one back onto the jet. Red's going to push forward through the smoke. Finds one onto Party Kid, but not before they can drop Aori.
Pure chaos here in this 3 versus 3 as Vale are going to have to back up just a little bit here with the off shot. Not going to hit, and Dreamy continues to swing that as well. So Tummet gets punished for his mistake. Red now going to go back to that same position. He spots out Dreamy inside of mid. Pings it out as well. Flash comes out here from Dreamy. Can't find it. Shock dart as well. Unfortunately, does miss. As here comes the ult here from... Oh, he's not able to get it. Silver's just looking for anything he possibly can. He does hit one, but that's about it. So basically, Valor stuck between a rock and a hard place. They have the spike, but Psystorm know exactly where they're coming from in most cases. Or do they? Their guns are up, but they don't know if they're... I don't know if they're looking in the right place. They're gonna have to wait for that flash to come out. It's going to be alerting everyone on the side of Psystorm to where this push is coming from. Kietsu gets away, but just barely as he loses all of his HP as Eli through the wall. It's just Red into 1 versus 3 with Spike down. And with 24 seconds left, seemingly unwinnable here for Red as he'll go for the Spike plant. He might get it down, but at what cost? Most likely his life as he gets shot to the box. Eli, 3 kills for him. It's going to be Psystorm to recover around, but they need to recover 3 more just to equalize.
You failed.
It's a good situation, though. They have 3 players left alive. Going to keep their guns moving into the next round. Maybe pick up some if they find anything scattered on the ground that looks nice for them. Economy starting to even out at this point. Party Kid spending a lot, though, down to only 200. But you can see on the side of Val, a couple players down there sub 1,000 as well. Helping each other out a little bit with the credits, buying some guns up for each other, I'm sure. So we're kind of back to even footings in terms of the economy and the firepower coming through from both these teams. But yeah, Psystorm's still going to need a couple rounds under their belts to tie this up and to really start contesting that match point for Val.
Jet's also going to be working with knives here. Basically, everyone has an equal arsenal at this moment in time. You can see the Jet ult is going to be popped, looking for anything he possibly can. He got really high up on that, but doesn't see anything as everyone's just playing so reserved on the side of Psystorm. But as I say that, Dreamy's going to swing into Cat and just get himself inside a tree. Psystorm are playing this so well. They're just holding, they're waiting for the passive. Oh, but a beautiful one tap there from the knives of the Jet. Takes down Party Kid. We were talking about the passive play here being brought out from Psystorm, but that's immediately shut down as one player goes down, and it's just patience from both sides as Red starts to make his way up into tree.
Wall will come up. Moving into tree, Dreamy's still going to try and hold this down. Spots it through a smoke, can't secure the kill at Yori. Very, very low. Dreamy gonna get taken low as well as they burn their shoes off. Aloha's going to find the trade onto Red. Dreamy's going to re-peek it. Can't quite get the kill. Aloha's going to find them all. 12 bullets left. Going to back up. Looking for the flank. Tummet is there. Can they find it? Yes, they can. Dreamy going to heal themselves back up. Find another onto the Jet. It's just Kitsu who dropped that spike, but now in a 1v3, Vandal in hand. No utility left. Finds one onto Kuni as they drop down looking for the second. Eli. 30 health remaining for them. Can't quite finish it off as Dreamy finds a 3-piece. Gonna grab that defuse, and Psystorm have woken up after that break.
Vel just seemed so disoriented there. They were really... I think there was, you know, kind of question marks going into what they were pushing. They kind of got a little bit flustered. The Cat push didn't go so well, and they just backed off a little bit. And then somebody was inside the site all of a sudden, and then Tummet was on flank. I mean, there's just so much going on the side of Vel that I don't even think they could keep track themselves. So it secures around here from Psystorm. It's 11-9 now in Vale. They went from this extremely powerful spearhead team that just gets themselves inside of sites no matter what happens. They go through utility. They're confident. They're balls deep into the site, and then we're seeing them fluster. See if that changes as they're going to be going for a, seems like a min buy. Of course, that means a lot of aggressive plays to be expected here, but utility is going to follow suit as it's going to be an Astro Wall also going down. Kuni's just going to swing in here. He's been known to do this quite a bit, but he's going to be locked in a position where he can't move. Eli finds two of the shock dart at the same time, and it's back and forth for both sides. Eli finds his third kill. Gonna look for the fourth as he spots out Red, but he's just going to back off and play this smart, waiting for the man with the spike to push right into him. The flash is going to be successful, but it doesn't matter as Eli claims his fourth kill. Such a powerful play from a player that we haven't been talking about all too much, but what a way to show up here, giving yet another round here to Psystorm.
See that again on your screen, Kuni, the first one to push up. Eli finds two was the dart. I'm just going to wait for the push to come through. Finds one onto Kitsu. Pretty simple there. Spots out Red, like you said. And then, yeah, they just play this their life here for a minute. They do get flashed up, but doesn't last long enough as they're able to grab that 4 kill and secure themselves MVP for that round. 11-10 now. Psystorm have made a big comeback. Kuni gonna miss a snipe onto that one, take a bit of damage for themselves, but can relocate and look for the push later.
Vale not gonna slow down this aggression. The run it back not gonna go so well here for Red, but Tummet is gonna be inside. He's gonna be going through the fire and the flames right now, but he secures a kill. Killjoy bot is gonna be his demise, and it's gonna be another kill from Aloha as a 4 versus 3. Aori sitting inside the smoke. They pushed, has been halted, but for how long? He's going to get spotted out. Or is he? Has he just been misdroned? Aori might not actually be spotted out. I'm not sure if they got him, and they didn't. Party Kid falls as well to Aori. What a misplay. That is so unfortunate. The misdrone, very uncommon on a map like this, but it happens. That's going to secure a kill here for Vale. They're still in the advantage as a result. They're equal now as a result. Going for that A push where Dreamy's the only one that's going to be able to hold them down. But Psystorm, you can see them on your minimap attempting this rotate. And with Dreamy finding that kill, it's absolutely huge. It gives Psystorm so much time to come back here. But Aori's going to find himself on the site. Spike is going to be dropped, but it's going to be immediately picked up. Killjoy by here from Aori as he plays inside of Hell, just waiting for the push to come through. It's going to go down here from Red, as all men are just stacked inside of Heaven, trying to find Aori, who's just stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's literally playing his life right now. No matter what happens, if Aori even gets 1 kill, he'll most likely be traded out given his HP. But Red, he's the only one holding it down. Aloha finds his third and Dreamy finds Aori. Psystorm will equalize it out. What a close game this has been as Vale. It almost seemed like they were running away with it. But Psystorm, they've crawled back. We're even. God knows what could happen for these next few rounds.
So crazy that we're back to being even 11-11. It's happened so many times in this game. I think the misstep there was Dreamy up top in heaven. I forget the player. I think it was Ketsu on Vale. You know, wrapped through the front of A. Should have waited for the teammates to come through tree, because if you're able to get that trade on to Dreamy, that's huge. But Ketsu dies. No one can respond. No one's close enough to do anything. So there's 2 players that push onto the site. They get the spike down. And then, like I said, they're just kind of stuck there. 4 health for the Killjoy, not able to do anything. And it just kind of falls apart after that. But Vale having a rough 4 rounds here. Gonna have to reclaim themselves a bit if they want to try and continue the streak, keep themselves moving forward to the next round. Psystorm, though, giving it their all to keep this in their favor. Red's gonna push forward and misses that gunfight. Dreamy's gonna take it down. Aori gonna try and push through. Can't quite get the last couple shots there. Just gonna have to back up for the time being. Cooney finds one onto Tummet as well. Vale's members are falling. Aloha finds a third of the round. Now it's just the Jet and the Killjoy all the way back in the spawn.
Didn't expect much from an eco round like this, but there are some big plays that can happen sometimes in a 2 versus 5 like this. However, with just like basically the map control, while they, you know, don't let the Jet being inside of A fool you. The map control is next to none right now for Vale. They have no control over the crosses going on inside of tree. And really, what would you expect from them? You know, this is a save round, right? So all you got is a Spectre and you've got a Judge. Just waiting for the next round here as Aloha takes down Aori. It's going to be 1 frag here from the Jet. Got a Judge to work with. Can't underestimate the Judge. Sometimes it can do some major things for your team, but yeah, we're basically just counting down the seconds before this round is over. It's going to go in the way of Psystorm.
Gonna take the lead for the first time in this second half on match point now. Psystorm Vale, if they are gonna make a comeback, it's gotta happen in this round. Could send it to overtime. Have a chance there, but I don't know. I mean, they're able to get their weaponry up. They have the full buy to come through. Psystorm should have theirs as well. So it's going to be a fully kitted out team on both sides here. It's all going to come down to these minor decisions, the gunplay, the teamwork, and communication. Who's able to get these picks or play their lives in the right situation. It's going to be a close round. I can feel it coming. Val pushing towards this B side. Just 1 player from Psystorm going to hold it down for the time being as they're all set up towards A.
This full stack might be what Vale need, as they're just going to catch Psystorm off guard. You can see that no one but Ellie is Ellie's right now basically the only person stopping Vale from getting inside.
Look at the rotation so fast.
They're just going. They're making sure Psystorm is just making sure they can get in as soon as possible. But Ellie, we forgot one key piece, and that's that he has an Odin. He sprays down one, I think it was a Phoenix on the side of Vale, as the plant will go down here. They'll have 1 less man as Ellie, he's going to swing with this huge LMG in his hands. Dreamy rarely misses, and he'll take down Tummet. Defender Killjoy is going to force Vale to possibly leave here, as the lockdown's going to get destroyed. Cooney and Party Kid each trying to kill their own. It's a flood in the sight from Psystorm, and it's enough to secure them the game. Vale, they played this so well in the attack. They looked so phenomenal on the opening half of their attack. But it's not going to matter if you can't play the long con. Psystorm win this 11-13. What a close way to open us up on the Pit of Valor number 43. And what a way to begin our best of 64. Holy moly, what just happened?
I mean, back and forth all game, so close. There was like 3 or 4 times where the scoreline was just dead even. Both these teams giving it their all. Psystorm coming out on the attack, or the oh my goodness, my brain is just fried trying to comprehend the last round there. Psystorm come up with the defensive round there in the end. That huge rotation, immediate. No one from Vale was trying to stop and watch it. They were just trying to get onto the site. Ali was that huge pick there in the last round. I mean, Vale had everything going for them the first part of that second half. We had that pause. I don't know, maybe that tripped them up a little bit. They lost a bit of their momentum, but Psystorm rallied so hard and just obliterated the end there. And I mean, congrats to them. They're going to be moving on. Unfortunately, Val, that's going to be it for them today. We'll see them again in the next Pit of Valor, or if they're interested, We also do have the Radiant Arena coming back. We mentioned it a little bit earlier today, but it's more of our premier offering. You know, we have a bit of a higher skill set there. Teams have to be Immortal Plus to enter in. We have $3,000 worth of total prizes going across the 3 different tournaments. So that's $1,000 per tournament that you could have a part in getting to. Thank you again to Community Gaming for helping us bring this event back. They've been awesome to work with, and we're super excited to see what we can do with them in the future. If you're interested in getting into this Radiant Arena, please go to our website and or just types !Radiant in the chat. You'll have all the information you need over there. I mean, that was just such a crazy first match of the night. I can't get much better than that, but I have a feeling it's somehow going to. For now, though, I think we're going to take a quick break, get ourselves set up for the second match, and we'll be back with some more action soon.
Jazz around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. Find you in my I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to protect your soul.
Going on, people? We are back for another matchup here and going at it. Derek said going hard. It's a Wednesday, so I will in fact go very hard, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are not familiar with this face and this beautiful face, that is Derek and I am Strive. And we're going to be hanging out with you for, I think, a match or so, and then I'm going to be switching out. There's going to be some good stuff coming up, but yet again, Wednesday, Pit of Valor, and we are pushing ahead. If you guys haven't seen the cheat code down below, you can see the next matchup. It is going to be Yoshi Fan Club on the defensive side of Bind against East Hill. So this matchup, looking forward to it. Bind, textbook, class it, makes me feel really happy and nice inside. Derek, I'm getting really carried away. How are you? It is so nice to see your beautiful face today.
I'm doing well, man. It's not a scent, so we gotta love it. And you know what's crazy? Did you watch any of the first match? That was insane. That tack timeout couldn't have, I guess tech timeout couldn't have happened at any better of a time for them. And that flip flop in reverse was unbelievable. So if that's what we have to look forward to, it's only going to get better. Am I right?
Oh man, without a doubt. Like it was, I was not expecting the way that match turned out. I was like, okay, yeah, overtime, and they closed it out. And I mean, it was tight, but dude, it just goes to show you Wednesday Pit of Valors are a roller coaster. But you know what else is a roller coaster, guys? Just like we went kind of to the highs of Radiant Arena and we kind of came back down and been kind of cruising, doing some off events, we're going right back up there again. Radiant Arena is coming back. So for those that tune in for that series, that feels honestly like yesterday, but I think it's been about a month, if not longer, since we had that. It's live, and it's there's another chance again to compete for a lot of big bucks here, Derek, as we get into Agent Select. Guys, of course, Radiant Arena is $3,000 total grand prize across basically 3 tournaments, and community gaming is the ones that helped us bring this event back. So big ups to them. And guys, you can purchase a tournament pass into all 3 tournaments. You can type !Radiant in chat for that. So guys, brought to you by Cage GG. We are fighting for a $100 prize as we're getting the Agent Select on the way here, Derek.
100 bones in the pockets of the winners. Gotta love it. I like it when they when somebody sponsors the event to make it a little bit like not better, but a little bit more enticing. You know, 100 bones is pretty sweet. So I mean, why don't we get into it hard here? And I love the way that you started off.
Choose your
coming
agent.
in here. I just, you know, it fired me up, got me ready to go. But I'm really excited to see what Mr. Stanky Puppy over here is going to be locking in on, as he's kind of just hovering over this cipher. And I think that's what we're going to be seeing is that cipher. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we have 2 Vipes and a cipher. Okay.
I am down with it, good sir, and ready to go. So getting into this bind, starting it off. Let's see how this kind of unfolds for us. And you know what, man? You got to get gassed up, right, guys? Like this is Pit of Valor Wednesday. Like you got to live for these, men. Like I think Wednesdays for me is like the pinnacle of my week, right? Doing Pit of Valors just gets you through that hump day so much nicer. You sleep easier. It's all good in the hood, man.
Well, I had 2 weeks off from the Pit of Valor, so it was almost it was like a little vacay I had, but I didn't really know what to do with my hands for those 2 weeks.
Okay, so perfect. And we're gonna get started on real quick here. Quill's already using that recon just to try to see if he can find anybody to kind of lurking around more or less the A site. And oh my goodness, why not start off with a double kill and make it a good one? As a double kill is gonna come out quick here. Yoshi fan club or Yoshi's fan is gonna be behind the 8-ball right away. As Scared will be able to bring this back to a 4-on-3, but
One enemy remaining.
3 out of 5.
Cynical, not enough firepower there is, if you guys caught on to that one. As Skanky Puppy brings home that really nice 4K to start things off.
yeah, you know what? I thought it was going to go the opposite way, to be completely honest, with East Hill getting the first opening picks there. And I was like, okay, getting those 2 picks on B, let's move this along. And before you know it, Yoshi's fans and, well, Skanky Puppy is going to go absolutely massive.
That indeed, sir. And I think now with the current situation, the score is going to be corrected momentarily, guys. Do not panic with a K. Take it easy. All is going to be good. And getting into it. Don't freak out. Derek, hold on. It's okay.
Oh, Haku's completely blind. He has no idea what's happening. And David is going to be able to take him down. But that was a huge whip of a gun here, because that is a judge now in the hands of East Hill. Huge first pick, and that blind was perfect.
Oh, it's textbook now. And with that spike getting planted, Derek, 4 versus 4 scenario. Soba on the side of East Hill is lit with the wall now too. The bubble, everything's a Fiesta. Sacred gets the 1 on the 2-piece combination with the Marshall. 6 HP still contesting. Gets denied by Algerian, but Aqua with the flying judge. Comes out massive on David, and hey, make that a 2-piece for him. And quick and easy work here. Yoshi fans now are leading Derek with 2 rounds.
You know, what did the kids say? The sheesh, because that was insane. The judge play? Okay, Aqua, I see you. I see you. That was awesome. The judge play was sweet, but once again, I thought that round was going to go towards East Hill. You know what I mean? Because they were able to pull a judge right out of the hands very quickly. But, you know, just very cool and collective was Yoshi's fans, and able to bring that right back to their round. And now 2-0, but gun purchase is now available for East Hill. So let's take a look and see exactly what they're going to bring this round.
That indeed, good sir. And we are patiently waiting. And up to go here, grouped up heavily. That is Trigger opening it up with a nice Vandal Frag onto Sacred. And let's see what else they can do. The dog trying to do some magic, but it gets wired out. Still holding steady. There's no reason to commit here. I don't know what the plan of the attackers is. Oh, Aqua holding the angle! Derek comes in big!
What was that? Nobody checked around, and what a wall, and a perfect little spot for Aqua to be hiding, just kind of sitting in behind her wall there. Yoshi
Spike
and
down,
Skanky
B.
Puppy are going to be able to get down 2 people, and that is Spike. That's huge.
Oh man, honestly, now the situation is very bleak for the side of East Hill. They've got to work through 3 members of Yoshi fans, and on top of that, they're lacking a spike that's an octagon. And yeah, obviously, Yoshi himself is able to get a frag. Algerian has the trade, but Master Aqua, who typically has been judging this matchup, gets the final to bring it home. So Yoshi fans have earned their 3rd round.
I need to know if Yoshi is the captain of this team.
I mean, I think it's fitting. Yoshi fans, everyone's a fan of Yoshi. It's gotta be.
But you see how Yoshi has 1 extra eye?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
see?
eye. I think meant eye as in a physical eye. I'm like, I swear there's no
I mean,
extra
like,
eyes here.
Like,
The letter I.
You're like, how do you see them? But maybe that's not exactly who they're fans of. I don't know. Oh, no!
Hello!
Sacred's gonna be able to take down 2 really quick, but Algerian will be able to take down Aqua.
Down
So
B.
Yoshi here will get this trade out,
One
and
enemy
before you
remaining.
know it, it is a 4-on-1 as Sacred's going absolutely massive, and the last remaining member is gonna get spotted out by the Cypher Cam. And well, Skanky Puppy able to take him down 4-0 now. Yoshi fans, and I mean, it kind of looks like they're running away with this here. I don't want to almost cast or jinx this, but I mean, 3-0, very, very easily for the last 3 rounds was Yoshi's fans. So I'm not really exactly sure on
This is
what East Hill's gonna have to do here, but it doesn't look great so far.
Oh, Derek, like I don't think we're even playing defense and attack, because honestly, it feels like Yoshi fans just is pushing everything and getting frags. There's no breathing room here. East Hill, they're fully noosed up at this point, and you can see the unfortunate scenario is they're just kind of afraid, right? They're just posted up. They have ults coming at them. That is the cabbage, full tilt ahead there. David gonna digest some of that to the forehead, but they're so grouped up towards short, and you can see at the same time they're getting very good control of the map, right? They've already pushed up towards A. They have an eye on short. They've doubled down on it. Haku from the behind is still pushing mid despite the constant aggression. That's Cynical taking the brunt of that damage. He's going to fall away and hold the angle. But watch. Oh, they don't cross him, Derek. I had a hunch they were going to cross him.
Oh no, Sacred's already on that flank, and that came all the way from back.
One enemy remaining.
So I don't know if it was just an undersight or just nobody called this out, but Sacred flanked all the way from A back into Bath and flanked all the way around almost through T spawn.
Oh man.
Algerian though is going to bring it back to a 2v1. And unfortunately, Yoshi is there with an Odin, and Odin definitely does go burr.
Derek, I was about to say Odin goes burr, but I'm like, I gotta keep my mouth shut because that's Derek's. I can't steal his line. If there's an Odin and it goes burr, Derek will call out. So,
Oh man.
hey, you know what? That earns Yoshi their 5th, Derek, and what has been a landslide early here. And you can see, unfortunate scenario, there's a massive financial disparity on the side of East Hill. They have some judges, a Vandal, a Phantom, and the rest is kind of just all over the place. I don't know what the play is here. I would much rather them just kind of chill, save maybe, you know, buy cohesively. But this broken buy is it's not jiving too well with me.
No, and that's it. Oh no, but Algerian is able to get down Haku, and that was a huge first ball. Oh, no, never mind. Sacred's gonna be able to bring down 3 as I am in awestruck. As Sacred going massive with that op, gets the collateral, and then is able to take down another. So, Trigger, the last remaining member here, does have his red, but oh my goodness! Sacred dropping down, and Odin right behind him. Nothing is going to stop them as Yoshi fans in a commanding 6-0 lead, and East Hill doesn't seem to have any, well, they don't seem to have any rebuttal to this.
No, nothing at all. I mean, every possible door that could be closed is closed, as we're now spectating a beautiful timeout screen, waiting for that to work its way. I am so happy they integrated this, by the way. But let's talk about the situation, Derek, right? You can see East Hill have bought up now, so I can't make my words on the finances. I swear I misread that. I thought they were broke and they were buying with disparity, but at this point, they're healthy financially and they're buying into this round. I'm going to expect Evian to buy in as well. But for them to get around here, we're going to need a massive stomp on the brakes. Truly and honestly, they've been on a 6-round rally, and that on its own speaks volumes to the momentum shift that's needed. For East Hill to pick up any kind of gas, I mean, it's not going to be just a matter of winning 1 or 2. Like, there's 6 more remaining, and the way that this is trending, it's not really looking good because Yoshi fans is basically the attacker side here.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. And going back to that broke buy that you were talking about, I think at the last minute they all unbought. At the last
probably
second,
what happened there.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. They heard you and they were like, Strive doesn't think it's a good idea. We should probably not buy. So they didn't. And now, in a perfect Strive fashion, now they're all able to buy up together as a team. So let's see if this works out for them, and let's try to get some momentum happening, right? I mean, let's go here, East Hill. It's round number 2 of GLG. Let's make this happen. It's the Pit of Valor. It's Wednesday, my dudes. Let's do this.
You know, Coach Derek, step in, please, and gas these guys up and make the magic happen. And you can see Cynical is trying to get aggressive on short. He felt the Derek gas behind him as that drone went full speed ahead. Sacred going to digest the better end of that Sky Flash now. That blinded call out for sure is going to reveal his situation, but he's not backing off his post. He's holding steady at shower. Here's the orb, and oh god, he's getting greedy. I hope this does not bite him, but Sacred has been on his game today. He peeks. Patience is a virtue. Sky has utility without a doubt, so for him to dry peek this is going to be a disaster. And no, we're not getting that. Sacred, all good. Yeah, but he's safe. He's okay.
Dang. Okay. That's just good Valorant. That's like a perfect chess match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally, man. Like, it's calculated, really and
Yeah.
truly, is what it is.
And that's what you get to see, right? With the Pit of Valor, you get to see all of great calculated gameplay.
What? Hello?
Oh my! That's a double kill with the judge and a massive one at that. And Yoshi fans are still holding on here. 4-on-3 now. East Hill just throwing everything they possibly can at this B bomb site, trying desperately to get around here. 6-0 still for Yoshi fans, and a 3-on-3. The Viper ult is out, and that's Stinky. As Stinky's coming around, gonna be trying to take down two, and Yoshi does, and Algerian also. So now 1v1 spike planted. Algerian looking for the last remaining member of Yoshi fans, and they are just hanging out in the smoke. And look at this! You are never expecting Viper to be outside of her smoke, and she does just that as East Hill takes their first round of the first half.
I'm so like, I'm floating in like 6 different dimensions right now watching these rounds. It was like, that was the biggest cluster of things happening. Like, people had literally their mouse one pasted with their size 18 boot walking into side. I think it was like Skanky Puppy. He was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna just do my thing right here and just walk right in. Mouse one, full tilt. But hey, you know what? That ult in the clutch situation worked out well for Algerian, and he's started the shift. He's got a bit of a ways to go, but one round is notable, Derek.
Great start though right here as one falls very early, and East Hill has the man advantage now. Double man advantage as it's a 5-on-2, and 2 people fall from Yoshi very quick. But Yoshi, saying that, is already pushed all the way up long and is waiting to look and see if he can get one, and he absolutely does, and that's Trigger. Trigger is going to be able to fall here. The ult is going to come out now, and Yoshi might have to retreat here and take Telly. Does he actually take that?
I think he's gone, man.
He had to take that Telly, yeah, otherwise he was dead. And that is huge as Spike is about to be planted here, as Haku is gonna be going massive, and that is 3 kills in 2 rounds with the judge alone. So finally gonna upgrade his gun, and unfortunately, oh, that's Viper on Viper violence, and we hate to see that sort of stuff.
Man, that was that was a series of events, man.
Oh no,
dude. But like, this is it.
Yeah,
dude. Like, yeah. Like, hello. Can we get some question marks in the chat, please? Because it seems like Yoshi fans is maybe out trolling a little bit. Like,
yeah,
they could have definitely played this differently, right? But they're choosing to. I mean, all right. You know what, Derek? This is either they're just them having a really good time and like they're just actually insanely insane with real guns, and we're just kind of seeing them have a good time about it. Because yeah, you can see Odin's up plenty, but East Hill though are still pushing back 2 rounds in the back pocket, and hopefully more to come. Maybe win on a 6-6, and we're in for even more action on half 2.
Deploying drone.
I want to see if David's going to be able to get a kill here with this Bulldog, because I think Bulldog kills are so crazy. I hate that gun. And if anybody can buy it and actually work well with that gun, it's awesome. So David now going with the Bulldog, and gonna be able to, oh no, David's down in a lot of trouble here. And that blind is gonna work perfectly as he's gonna be able to retreat. Oh, another opening pick here for East Hill. And Yoshi's gotta be very careful with this, because Trigger is able to swing and get that Odin to not continue to fire, but Yoshi's got to be very careful here, because we've seen momentum switch, and we've watched it happen in the first game of the Pit of Valor today. So, I mean, a 6-2 deficit isn't the most secure, if you know what I mean.
With you, it's not secure, but I mean, yeah, and make that now 6-3. Yoshi fans are just kind of, I think, really hemorrhaging rounds here. Skanky Puppy doesn't know anything except mouse 1 and W, it seems. But I mean, if you look at how the first couple rounds unfolded, I just think that they're having a good time, and East Hill is just bouncing back. But at the same time, it could honestly just be East Hill now stepping up their game. I'm looking to see something different from Yoshi at this point if they really want to close this out, to put their foot down. And it's still respectable to have 6 already, and there's still 3 more on the table to pick up. So this could very well end on a 9-3, and we'd be okay to go, or even an 8-4. But at this point, East Hill, I'm happy to see they're pushing back after a bit of a landslide start there.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's we're gonna hop right on right away here, as the recon's already gonna be pushed all the way out, and the wall is up. So not gonna be able just to run onto site here. Wall does get breaking down very, very quick, but Trigger already gonna be pushed up very close here and is gonna miss the first shot here. Wall is gonna be raised, and now you're gonna see a retreat, I would assume, from East Hill. Spike's still down though, so they really haven't committed to a site, which is nice to see. And Sacred's going to be able to take down Trigger, so that is a beautiful opening pick here.
That is good, sir. And with the spike in hand now, East Hill down a member are still very much situated on B side, as the spike now making its way over and going to get planted. And we shall wait and see what the retake has in store for us, Yoshi fans. Going to be working as 5, so they have an advantage. Beyond getting swung with a nice connection onto Sacred's forehead there, making quick work from Container. And we patiently wait for more. Now they've evened up the board, holding steady, getting swung every which way. Evian contested, getting wrapped around by Yoshi himself, and now Algerian is relying on the utility, but that is going to give up his location now. David spamming 1, still has, and now does not have Cynical to support, but there's 3 members. He's got to go in. Aqua goes for the massive swing underneath window there, and it picks up that frag, and Yoshi fans coming out on top with their 7th here, Derek.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe you hit the nail on the head here, saying maybe they were just kind of playing, you know, just giving some rounds up, just wanted to see how bad they can hit that W key, because I mean, that retake looked textbook for them. It looked like they knew exactly how to retake that site, as 2 flanked from B long and 2 flanked from CT. So it was like a perfect pinch opportunity, and they played that literally to perfection.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, like they were getting shot from both angles, and like you were saying, you know, there's still 3 rounds to go, right? So don't count your chickens before you hatch here. And Yoshi fans is exactly able to hold that defensive spot on B.
And on that note, too, looks like they're still committing to this B side. No one is available at A. They're going, oh my god, Haku is going to spam away with the Judge. Sacred gets 1 for himself as well. Looks like Haku's got 1 gun, and it's the Judge as Yoshi comes in with the transfer, cannot connect. And that evens it up here, or rather gives the advantage to the side of Yoshi fans. Jet heavily lit as well now in a 3 versus 2, as looks like the attackers have chosen to ejecto Cito, and Sova is going back towards short, left Viper to fend for himself at long, but the res now going to give it a 4-man activity here for Yoshi fans. And on that note, yeah. Oh, I completely lied. Sacred didn't connect, so just as the res came in, we're evened again.
I'm confused here on what just happened, because I believe that the wall in a bathroom stopped East Hill from just running onto site and planting, because that wall was sitting right through this doorway.
30 seconds
So
left.
that's kind of an interesting wall that I would never really see here. And Skanky Puppy is able just to clean this up. 8-3 now, as Yoshi
Last
fans
round
able
before
to
the switch.
get that res off, get a 4th man up, and even with getting those 2 members drop down, we're able just to hold down the site and get that rotate. So Yoshi's fans still in a commanding lead, 8-3 here now in round number 2 of the Pit of Valor. So I mean, East Hill's got to try to figure something out here quick.
Yeah, I mean, with 1 more on the table here to pick up, there's opportunity, but at the same time, you can see East Hill are hemorrhaging finances, and for them to get something out of this, they're going to have to get a couple kills, maybe pick up some weaponry, but oh my god, Sacred. Knives out, W key dash, Trigger is going to deny that so nicely.
And what a beautiful shot for Trigger there, dropping Yoshi. And now, just before you know it, East Hill is 5-2. As it looked like, I don't want to say, I mean, it looked maybe like somebody all tapped out there, right?
Yeah.
It was weird, right? As Skanky Puppy here is going to be trying to do a lot of work all by his lonesome here, as Trigger's going to be holding down the teleport area, and is going to be able to find 1 here as Aqua falls, and the last remaining member is Skanky Puppy, and unfortunately will find a Judge. 8-4 now at the end of the first half.
Switching sides.
So they have a little bit of work to do on defense, and that is East Hill. So these first 3, if not 2 rounds, are very, very pivotal for East Hill.
And good sir, you gotta appreciate the fact that East Hill's bounced back, but now this has set us up for what I believe is going to be a really juicy second half, right?
Oh, yeah.
You saw the way Yoshi fans came out in the beginning and just absolutely slaughtered. Now that they're on the attacker side, I want to see what kind of plays come out here and what they can do, and whether East Hill can fend them off. But let's get into it. 10 seconds to go. Predictions down the complete dumpster for me. I'm not going to even bother here today, Derek. If this is just going to be a game to unfold in front of us, and we'll take it round by round.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Let's take this one step at a time. And as we are going to say that, B is going to be the hit for Yoshi fans, as the blind is going to come out here and a teleport's going to have to go. And B side is wide open now, as he is already, as everybody from East Hill is already teleported off of site. They've given up B completely and are going to do a 5-man retake. And this might be the smartest idea that they could have done, as Sacred's going to say that's not a very smart idea. I'm going to take David down very quick. Sacred now already pushed all the way back up into Hookah, and Sacred falls, and he has to jump on the. Oh my!
Hello.
Aqua with a right click on 2 players, and now a 3v1. They're going for the knife. And Yoshi is able to get the knife kill and the defuse now, as this, or no, I guess they don't need the defuse, they're on attack. That is 9-4 now. Holy smokes.
If that connection from Sacred towards CT, the aggressive push, was just like pure confidence, man. He had no fear. He went right for it and he swung. He had the pre-aim angle ready to go, but he got swung on and was able to connect something like that on its own. I mean, I don't see Yoshi fans backing off on the aggression whatsoever. They're going to be frag hunting without a doubt. You can see 3 judges, 2 specters. This is going to be an absolute slap fest.
What is happening? 3 judges. Strive.
Here it comes. Watch this.
Why not? Oh, trigger body judge. They had no idea, and neither did I.
Finally, though, Aqua is getting that frag with the Spectre, gonna trade it out. I thought he had it, but the updraft and the amount of time he spent floating in the air did not work out, as Aqua sticks the plant, and he's gonna ejecto away to short. Send a slow off, but he gets a recon tagged by that drone. And all's good in the hood here for East Hill, as they are leading in numbers and swinging. That is Evian, gonna go big. Aqua gonna trade, and now down to Cyndaquil. And yeah, I mean, he's with a quick and easy frag, he's able to pick up 1 for East Hill and get this fifth.
What a force buy from East Hill.
I mean, it worked.
I mean, yeah, it worked. I didn't. You know what's funny? I didn't even fathom them force buying. Like, in my mind, I was like, there is no way that they force buy. They lost this. They got to continue on the momentum. They have to just keep that money high, so round 3 they can full buy. And every single one of members on East Hill were like, we're gonna force buy here, okay? And
that's
they
the
won it.
And I mean, really, East Hill are in a good position to keep on pushing ahead, right? They were able to get that round. They have the guns too. And if they can get this one, it's going to push a massive eco Algerian. Oh, Skanky Puppy through the wall. Hello. He connects nicely there, and complete fluke or whatever you want to call it. Really good job by him, evening out the board here. And the attackers were kind of, yeah, it was easily calculated. Well thought out and executed. 1 judge as we get a res coming out here as well. That is Haku back in the game, who was the first pick off, and we're still grouped up towards Hookah, not really going away whatsoever, as Trigger on the opposite end of the map is able to get 1, and he's gonna fall away and reunite. They're going on to B, but Cynical gonna deny with the Spectre. Yoshi grabs the spike, and it looks like a plan B, evacuate the site activity, as they're gonna rotate off and try and get onto A by the looks of it.
And that's exactly what they is what they are. Is they come around the corner and Skanky Puppy's just nodding. Yeah, we're going this way. So walking onto site here, and oh no, Trigger.
Last player standing.
Perfect trigger discipline, and is able to get 3 here, as Yoshi fans will fall here. Trigger with a 4-piece, and now crawling back into the game 1 round at a time. Don't call it a comeback, but Yoshi fans is only leading by 3 rounds now.
So I am just kind of sitting here scratching my head as to what exactly is the play here for Yoshi fans. Like, they have an opportunity, and they've had multiple opportunities to buy and really play a disciplined game and kind of just take things slower, work a pick, you know. But it seems like they're just kind of all over the place. All in good fun. I mean, it is Pit of Valor, but holy cow, man, 9-6 now. What East Hill started out on basically 6-0. They've crawled back really well for themselves, and they're just a 3-round delta away. But at this point, too, looks like Trigger is sitting on a res, and that on its own is going to be a nice factor. I love Sage reses. It really sends you for a wild spin, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You know what I really love though is that knife. I've never seen that knife.
That's the new skin pack, man. It's so dope.
That's the new skin pack?
Yeah, so it's like the knife is, it's all like even when you reload the Vandal and stuff, like the Vandal, like the disc comes out the center.
Seriously?
It's dope. Yeah, it's dope, man. It's a really cool skin
Did
set.
it just get released today?
I think so. I was watching clips of it on Twitch, or not Twitch, but on Twitter and stuff. But I'm gonna check my store after this and see what it's all about. It looks hella dope, man.
I saw it and I was like, why is that knife just floating in the middle of his screen? And I'm like, I need that. I need that in my life.
It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. But you know what? I need in my life is a tie game. I'll be honest with you. It's been a hot minute since we've had a OT type situation here. And given how this is going, I'm floating between like, okay, as much as I want to get into the nitty-gritty technical analysis and talk about, you know, how this has been going, who's been doing what and right, wrong, I don't think I have enough grounds to get into that, to be honest with you, as this is just like all over the place. I don't know what's going to happen in this matchup. Yoshi fans just seems really powerful. Like we've seen that entire team knows how to frag, but at the same time, they've just been kind of having a good time to I don't know how else to put it, Derek. Like, give me a bone here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting between a rock and a hard place, trying to give it some insight and, you know, understand where this is going to go. But I'm lost, man.
It almost looks like they're just pugging this. Like they're just having fun. It's like a death match type of thing where they would just kind of run at people and just hope for the best and, you know, and try to out aim their opponents. However, maybe they have given too much of a leash to East.
Maybe
because it just seems like, yeah, maybe they gave him too much of a lead, right, on that leash, because it seemed like they were in full control. I guess it really all depends on how East comes out of this tech pause, right?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Because if they come out of this tech pause and they look flat, and all of a sudden Yoshi looks like they did at the very beginning, the East is gonna be in a world of trouble. And as we look at it, Yoshi does have money to buy. So, okay, I understand what the tech pause is. Haku's up to over 1,000 ping.
That's a lot of ping, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's about 900 too many.
Yeah, and that's on a good day, right?
That's on a good day, yeah. Yeah, his ping's going everywhere. But like you were saying here, I'm not really sure exactly what East is gonna have to do here to bring this back.
Yep.
I mean, giving up 6 rounds in a row on opening half doesn't do a lot to your confidence, right?
No, it doesn't help. It definitely sends you for a wild ride, but at the same time, bouncing back after that is going to be helping your confidence. And considering how things are going, it can also kind of make you a little bit, how can I say, uncomfortable, because you're seeing how the opposing team is playing, right? They're just W keying Odins and just having, like, you know, running around, and yet they're able to still get 9 rounds on you. It kind of makes you question where it's going to go. But I think if East Hill is going to stick firm to their, you know, roots and play a disciplined game and really work on their economy, they can outplay Yoshi over here just by buying smart and playing as a unit, right? Because ultimately, with bigger weapons, place weapons, I mean, don't dismiss the Sheriff is a vibe. So, but everything said and done, I think there's potential for them to come back and at least equalize for the time being.
I agree 100% with you on this. So, I mean, and if people keep buying the judges and they keep working, this could swing any which way. As East Hill is already in a world of trouble here, as Trigger is going to be able to take down Sacred here, and Skanky Puppy will be able to get this trade out. But Yoshi fans now in a 3-on-2 with Spike down, and Trigger is going massive. That's another triple kill with the judge for Trigger.
I swear Yoshi was bunny hopping towards him with a knife. So, I mean, I don't know what to think anymore, and that's a nice dart there that Trigger is able to get the frag off of, and now it's down to just Sage on Sage action here. Aqua knows where Trigger is, and his crosshair's in the right place, but Trigger's able to get it with an ace clutch, dude.
Pardon me?
Jeez,
That
man.
was a triple kill with the judge, flipped over to a
I
stinger
was
to get the
forced.
4 kill, and then switches to a vandal to get the ace.
Yeah, we're gonna get another look at it here, Derek. You can see Cyndaquil sends off that dart, and it does a good job for him. As it was Trigger from the other end who
Oh,
actually
it
got the frag, but the reveal was pivotal in that frag, and Aqua holds steady as Trigger jumps out, and his crosshair was in the right neighborhood, but Trigger was just one step ahead of the game, and yeah, you can see he picks up that ace and earns them their 7th, just a 2-round delta here to work up with.
And just like that, East Hill, 2 rounds away from a tied game, and Trigger going absolutely massive. And Yoshi fans have got to reel this back in here, because giving up this
out of
many
my way.
rounds, I mean, it could have the exact reverse effect, right? You were in such a commanding lead, and all of a sudden everything's falling down. It's the domino effect, and it's not a good one.
Yeah, but here comes the sacred effect. Derek, we're gonna follow him. We know he is swift, pre-aiming, jumping, gets the 1. Does he know Trigger is there? Oh, he flicked to the left so quickly there. Trigger gets the frag and the res off of that. Good value for him. The flash doesn't connect either, and is he gonna get swung on by Yoshi? He gets caught with the burn in his hand as Trigger comes out on top again. East Hill has 5 members against 3 of Yoshi fans. Make that only 2 left on Yoshi, and now just a single one. That is Aqua with a Sheriff and a Dream and the Spike. I would not be surprised if he goes for the teleport here, but he's got 5 people to work with.
5 people and 40 seconds remaining, so you're basically just running away. And he has Spike, he doesn't have any shields, and he has the Sheriff. So, I mean,
30 seconds left.
this round's gonna go to East Hill unless something crazy happens here, and then they'll only be down by 1 strive. So, like, what the hell?
Just some quick math there to really, get you guys going. Aqua goes for the fat around the world activity, teleport all the way back through. Tries to go with the wall, but Trigger has support from Cyndaquil, and they hold steady on that site. So just a 1-round deficit here to work through. And yeah, like you said, what the heck, man? Like, where are we going with this? Like, what is the end game here? I mean, the end game is going to be a tie, at least the way that I see it, and then a win here from East Hill. But Yoshi fans are okay. Hold on, they're still judging.
Oh yeah, they don't care. They're
Yeah,
ready.
no, this is just like, I mean, well, okay, if they went for 1 juicy save and then a full synchronized buy, and I bet you if you got an op on Sacred, he can get some really nice opening picks. But you know what? They're actually mostly traditional here. Just 1 judge this time. So let's see what happens.
Went with the judge, and then they were like, okay guys, stop buying judges. Everybody start buying normal stuff. And Trigger, what? Okay.
He's still, they're good, man.
Trigger starting off strong here, and now a 5-on-4, and East Hill now with the lead in man advantage. Sacred's going to be coming around the corner now, going to be vulnerable, and going to be able to take down 1. What a beautiful shot. Make that 2. Sacred double kill. Going to be trying to bring this back. Sacred and Haku going just
Spike
massive
planted.
on the A site. Going to be able to take down 3, and now it's a 4-on-2 as East Hill now finds themselves behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, but you can see Derek now, like, when Sacred wants to focus up and gas it, he does just that, as this sly little bubble here is going to leave Trigger out to cook. He's going to
Player
connect
standing.
onto 1, but Sacred trades that out for the 3-piece combination himself. Leaves it down to just Evian there, and he's going to get pushed by the looks of it. Yoshi looking for it. Jumping out, he whiffs it, and he is now fully exposed and getting pushed. Gets the 1. Classic out. Contested by Sacred on the left. And can he get it? He does, but the time is ticking against him. He wants to live. That's the end goal. Is he going to get the exit frag?
He does get it.
I love the fake jumps. That was awesome.
He got it and
Yeah,
died
yeah.
to the spike, so it doesn't count as a death.
All good, man. I mean, all things said and done now, Derek, we are double digits. Yoshi fans is crossing that threshold, and we're just 3 away from the dub. And this time, yeah, okay. So we're still judging Skanky Puppy, the MVP of this game here, as Algerian is looking to split the site and make sure that is on lock. But you know what, man? As we get the replay and let Evian flex a little bit, and we get to observe the beautiful fake jumps from Sage. East Hill are in a good position still, I'd say, right? Trigger opened up with a really nice push towards mid there, and
Yep.
that value was huge, but it kind of just fell apart thereafter. As we get back into it now with a very B-centric approach from the Yoshi fans, as the bird kind of eats some dust, and we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have played that any different with getting the opening pick for Trigger there. Maybe fall back, but I mean, like he's just been on fire, so why change it? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And Evian will be able to take down Sacred, so a beautiful, beautiful opening shot there. And the oh my,
Hello!
You do triple kill coming out from Aqua. David is going to be able to get the trade and take him down, and it is a 2-on-1. Spike is planted, so the post plant is going to happen as Haku's going to be able to take down David, and now 11-8 for Yoshi fans. And were they just dangling that carrot in front of the horse? For, you know what I mean? Just trying to, hey, why don't you guys come along and play the game? And then all of a sudden they just completely take ownage. Is that what happened here for Yoshi?
I think it was the bait and switch, my good guy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're just like, hey, you know, we're having a great time, la-di-da. Oh, wait a minute, we actually know how to play the game. Surprise.
Yeah.
We're gonna just do our best to close it out, and that earns them that double one, as you can see on the scoreboard. So, Derek, as we approach the end, I think if the tab key is was right, I saw a full proper buy here this round. So let's see what this brings to us.
That's crazy. Where there's no judges, I feel like this is a round lost then.
Yeah, it's not the same.
That's right. A Skanky Puppy is going to be able to take down one right at the very beginning here, and is able to find every single member of East Hill. Oh, Sacred with the quad kill going, massive
Hello?
headshot, round over, match point.
Oh, okay, dude. So I'm gonna go with my original hypothesis and just keep it kosher here. I think they were just messing around, having a good time. Looks like they just had it, like Sacred, especially with those kills. Definitely fearless push. You can see he gets onto site, smokes the top of box to be safe, and he gets nice and aggressive there. Opens up the frag onto Trigger. We didn't even get to see that one. And here turns around, one clap as that blooms. Second, and a well-placed second. Wow, I can't map. Third, and then a well-placed fourth. And that's it, man. We're just one away from game point, or actually game over. I lied.
Oh, Trigger double
Spike
kill
down,
with the
B.
judge. And that was Spike. Spike was down. That is all the information that they need. That rotate has got to happen. Aqua's going to be able to bring back up Sacred, and that is not a great person for them to be bringing back up, as Evian's going to be able to bring down Stanky. And now let's see if Sacred will be able to keep this momentum going from being dead. This res was huge, and if Sacred can come back and take down a few members here, this res is going to be, well, the game winner.
100%. I can see Sacred hopping away. Pogo stick aplenty. Keeping his eyes on you and sight with a smoke and a wall. All is good, and he's going to plant. They have full control. Yoshi swings big onto Cynical in U-Haul. Aqua with a second in the same neighborhood and leaves it down to just one more member of East Hill, but Sacred goes massive with the dash and the right click, and that is a GG here for Yoshi fans as they bring home the dub.
Man, they looked so good. After I felt like they were just playing with their food. Like you were just saying, right? After a certain amount of time, they just annihilated all the way back, and that was just beautifully done. And Sacred with that coming back, you know, dying very, very quick there. Trigger with the double kill to start that final round off with the judge. But unfortunately for them, there was a res on the board. So bringing right back up Sacred, and Sacred does end up getting the last kill there. So beautifully done, honestly, by Yoshi. And man, they looked good.
Yeah, they look really healthy, man. And it was a fun half, right? Things were kind of looking lighthearted and all's good in the hood. Everyone's having a great time. Then you question, wait a minute, is this really how it's going to go down? Or are they just having a good time, or they're just pugging it? But it ended up being really, and honestly, they were just one step ahead of the game. East Hill put up a good battle, but looks like Yoshi was just kind of playing with their food a little bit as they brought it home for the dubs. So with that, Derek, I think we wrap up this match and put it in the books for yet again another Wednesday. There's more to come as always, guys. per usual, be sure to get in on all those socials. Follow the love that is Derek and I on Twitter if you have not already. !casters to watch that or get a whiff of that. !sponsor. Thank you to Caged GG for supporting the stream and upping the price bill. But most importantly, for our viewers, if you know of a team or you are a team and you're looking to get picked up by an organization that is doing fantastically in ESC in Maine right now, they are more or less just undefeated. They've only turned over one match this season. The CSGO team is on fleek. If you want to get in on that with a great set of leadership, by all means, be sure to hit them up and check out their socials. You can DM them directly. And as always, thank you to Drink Control for supporting us. GLG10 is your code. Get your meal replacement in. So, Derek, we're going to send everybody off for a break. I'm way too excited. I got to calm down.
I love it.
Take us out, Derek. Take us out. Let me recollect myself. Take us out. Okay, I'm just going to sit here and just observe your beautiful faces.
All right, so everybody listen up. I'm going to be gone away. I will be back in the semifinals and the finals, but I believe you have Strive all the way until you see me again. So you'll never see me and Strive ever again, ever together. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But you'll probably see us probably in the Radiant Arena, I would assume at some point.
Yeah.
But everybody stay tuned, because if this was only map number 2 or match number 2, it's only going to get better. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Midnight and city lights on the other side. You're calling me up at the same time. I'm in the daylight. You're calling to say hi, but your words they cry. If there's something that you need to say, I know it ain't easy living inside your brain for sure. You keep telling me that it's all okay, but I know, yeah, your silence speaks so loud. Your silence speaks so loud, and I hear you calling out, yeah. We're talking about nothing. Then you said something under your breath. I can't take it. I know what you're thinking. I wish I could fix this, yeah. If there's something that you need to say, I know it ain't easy living inside your brain for sure. You keep telling me that it's all okay, but I know, yeah, your silence speaks so loud. Silence speaks so loud, and I hear you calling out.
Can you dig it?
feel free, and I just wanna be me. Yeah, I just wanna go so crazy. I just wanna be a freak. Yeah, I just wanna rise to the top. Yeah, I just wanna go reach the peak. So I've been really well focused on success. Hey, y'all will see. Yeah, you'll see that I will get it. Cause I'm really focused, man. I make it with the rap and I just follow my path. I just follow my passion. To me, this is what's precious. Yeah, in my soul, man, I can feel it. So every single verse, man, I just gotta go and kill it, man. I gotta be the kid. I could be the guy taking you wild. I could be the villain. My good as a kid. Lately, I'm painting my path on my way. Yeah, I got no time that I can waste. So I've been sitting in the space. Yeah, making runs every day, man. You know that I go insane. Yeah, I hit you with a bullet to the brain. That is that verse that we going, you going insane. You don't know what I'm gonna do. You don't know what is next. And I'm loving the fact, truly it's making me blessed. Cause I work on my team, no snakes in the grass. And we have been trusting the wind because of the work that we did in the past. Because of the work that we did in the past. When we went to hours, we barely got rest. So I get the realm and we didn't finesse. So I got the feelings that we might be next. Cause when we go in, we win in the match. When we go in, we win in the match. So that's how we do, cause we be the best. We be the best, best. Yeah, we be the best. Whoa. Yeah, we be the best, best. We be the best. Hey, yeah, we be the best, best. Hey, we be the best. Yo, you wanna come on my test? Whoa, you want to see we the best? Hey, you don't see that we're the best kid, so I suggest you never really come and test it. But otherwise, I will smack your face like Michael Jordan does with a ball in the basket. Oh damn kid, but you didn't expect it. You never really thought that this could just happen. But now when come on and we pull out with the action, just people the feed, those they don't get it like.
You made a monster. You made a monster.
Welcome back to the 43rd Pit of Valor. I'm Hawksnest, joined this time by Strive, who had a banger of a game last time, and hopefully we're going to have another banger. How we doing tonight?
Doing good, bro. Looking forward to it. I think this is Jason and I's debut, if I'm not mistaken. So this duo ready to get it down, and you guys can see as usual down below the Chonk Yoshi against the daycare guys. I love that Yoshi in the corner there.
It's so good.
It's like,
I mean, like, it's a great team name, first of all, and then the image just makes it better. I also love the
Yeah.
daycare's name. They're just taking care of all the kids out here, showing them the ropes of Valorant. But I mean, it's going to be a good game. We just saw Yoshi earlier, so Ascent is going to be the map once again. We've seen that a couple times here. I mean, it's a pretty standard map pick, so nothing too crazy coming out there. Do you have any predictions for this one so far, or not really?
I mean, dude, given how Yoshi showed up in the beginning, we're either going to get one of two things: disciplined gameplay, which is going to be an absolute slap fest, considering things are heating up and we're working our way up the bracket, or it's going to be an absolute troll fest to start out again, and then they're just going to put the foot down on the gas towards the end. That's my personal prediction. I could eat all my words, but I don't know what you're feeling or what you have in mind.
No, I mean, I would honestly say the same thing. It's going to depend on the start. If they can come out strong again, they may just be able to carry away with it once they get the ball rolling and can just, keep that momentum going. But we may have a rough start for them. It's going to be a chance if they can pull it back as they did before, or if the daycare is going to lock them in the back room because they were being a bad boy and put them in timeout. We'll see what happens as we start to get into this one. I think we have a couple people in the lobby already.
That's a case of child abuse, man. You can't be doing that. Okay, that's hard. I'm just pulling your leg, but like the lobby is indeed secure, my friend. As we have made our way to Agent Select, we'll see what they end up picking out here. Haku swapping out for the Phoenix. Sacred was the Jet from the last game, and looks like we're shaking it up completely. Skanky was the Cypher. Yoshi was playing the Sky. Aqua, if I'm not mistaken, was playing the Sage, if I'm not mistaken, or the Viper, one of the two. But Haku was the Viper, Aqua was the Sage. Now, at this point, looks like everyone is kind of I think they just have like a random agent generator, and they're just like pressing the button, saying, "All right, cool, I got this, man, all good."
Looks like, I mean, defenders still kind of hovering, trying to decide what they want to do. But for the side of the attackers, a pretty good team composition coming out of that one. A lot of utility, only one duelist for them. So we're going to have to see if the Jet can really pop off, use their dueling abilities to the top of their potential. But I mean, all that utility is going to be really, really useful once they do swap over to that defending side. So, you know, they may have just kind of gone for that. They're going to start off on the attacking side and play for the second half. Those last two picks do get locked in, though, so that's a pretty standard composition for the meta for the defenders to start off with.
Let's get down and dirty here, Jason, and see what's popping off on this game. I'm looking forward to the start, like you said. It's going to be a nice way to set the tempo. In a sense, you know, traditional map, of course. You know, we don't have teleporters and all that funny business, 3 sites or anything. Kind of like the Dust 2 reminiscent map, I always say, like CSGO vibes. So very traditional in a sense, but again, opens itself up to a lot of good plays and opportunities. And like you said, you pointed out during the ages, like too, having a utility-based team pays off dividends on this map. There's a lot of tight choke points too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to get onto either one of these sites, you have to go through some sort of a choke point. So if you can use that utility really well to either, you know, slow down an offensive push onto it, or to use it to, you know, throw the defenders off and just rush through that utility, both can be very, very useful. We'll have to see how the Daycare uses their utility as we get into this first round. They're kind of spread out across the map. A bait player over towards that B and the rest stacked up over towards this A site.
Yes, sir, indeed. And we play the patience game here. A swing from Haku as he goes for the flash and peek, but no real activity. Now, still has support. The bomb and another spike is there towards long gate. Actually, all members are grouped up here, Jason, and looking pretty promising. Oh, Nat, hello! Through the Asher utility, picking up a nice frag and ample opportunity to get on A. We'll see if they capitalize.
Donna finds beautiful 2-shot right there. That's going to clean up the rest of the A site. The Yoshi's fan club is falling apart. Just the puppy in the middle. Not going to win that one. Stunna's going to grab 3 for themselves. And that was just a dominant first round out of the Daycare. 2 players just absolutely popping off. Multi-kills for them. That's a good pistol round right there.
Textbook indeed. And Nat's opening pick there was critical as he was tapping away with that ghost and connected through the Astra util. And with that note, they've picked up the Spectres and the Judge as well. So Yoshi, the Chonk Yoshi, not getting off to a great start, but it's only round 1. We'll see what they can do. Pistol save for them, the bonus, or the big bonus, and they're going to buy the next most likely.
Yep, nothing too surprising right there. Despite having, you know, the arsenal advantage, the Daycare just going to play it slow. Once again, it worked out for them that last time. Trying to get some information that they can. They know that there's at least one over towards that A site after hearing those shots, so the Jet just hanging out up top. No one wants to swing from Yoshi this time around. Didn't work out for them the last time. They're just going to try and play it safe. They don't have, you know, the weaponry. Taking too crazy of engagement. So they're just going to start to push up a little bit now towards that tree catwalk area. And with no one being spotted so far, they're assuming the push is towards A, which is the correct play for now. Nuke's going to throw their drone out spot 1 up towards the heaven. That's going to try and spray him down. Maybe get a little bit of damage, but not too much.
And they got to go, Jason, with the Jet dash right in. They're onto generator, getting flash now, getting up close and personal from above, flying high. That is the 1 and the 2 in. A stunning bit of flying work there coming out of Jet, picking up 2 stunning frags. Jekko as well with the 1. It's down to Skanky Puppy now. Your ex-Cypher on this Sova, but he is getting pushed every which way with a massive Judge in hand. And it's looking pretty strong here for the Daycare gang.
Just a matter of time. Puppy's going to try and flank around, almost gets the 1 kill onto Jakor, or excuse me, the Jet, but Jakor trades them out. Another round for the Daycare, going beautifully so far. I mean, that Jet play was huge. They got flashed up, but they didn't even fly around the side there up towards that heaven. They stayed hidden, and I mean, it worked out really beautiful for them, able to get those 2 kills as the 2 members from Yoshi's fan club try and get towards that A site. A couple of Judge shots to the back of the neck will do that to you, though.
Yeah, but on that note too now, we are seeing the buy that we talked about. This is going to be Yoshi trying to hopefully equalize and put a bit of a halt to the wrath of the Daycare gang. Oh, getting up close and personal. Nat coming out of tiles, has Aqua waiting for that, and they open up a stunning pick to get going, and that advantage is going to be critical here, as Yoshi going to digest a part of a dart, some Killjoy utility as well, and they are going to collapse onto site here, off onto B go the Daycare gang, and Yoshi going to have to break that door if he wants to make it to the back end.
Yeah, despite getting picked early on, they still just fly towards that B site, throw Yoshi's fan club
Spike planted.
a little bit off guard down. Now the retake has to begin. Puppy's gonna be there.
Blocking sight.
Aka gonna dash forward, finds one onto Jakor. Oh well, is gonna find two as the judge in the back. Aka on their third, looking for the fourth. Can't quite finish it off. Nuke will die. That will be all four for them. That's 2 lives still being held on to for the Yoshi fan club as they get their first round.
Great job by them. The buy came in huge. Aqua bailed on a frag with the towards site and dashed away, but instead was able to connect onto main. So call it calculated, but nonetheless, that picks up their first. And we're going to see at this point, what is the Daycare going to do? And yeah, rightfully so. They're going to buy and take it all the way. I don't know how I feel about these types of moments, Jason, where you come off of a round loss and you're now going to buy down to basically nothing, forcing you to save the next. Part of me favors the bonus situation, I think. But hey, we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, it can really go either way. I mean, it's a kind of a bit of a gamble either way. If you don't buy, you take that loss, you buy up to the next round. You have to hope you win that one. It's just a matter of what round you need to win. They're just going to push it up a little bit now. Hope that they can take this one home. And that's going to get onto that site. We'll spot at least one. Phantom in hands will get flashed up, but dashes forward to get that kill onto Haku. Everyone's looking toward this A arches here as they start to push forward. Kills going all the way towards the side of Yoshi fan club for now, though.
Minute playing the clock here now, Jason, and ample opportunity still on the table for the attackers. Daycare gang are grouped up very much towards that A long, patiently waiting for utility to be used up, and that's the right call, I'd say. Capitalize on the shot clock as much as possible, destroy some drones, and recalibrate as a team of 3. They have 2 ultimates available, Cosmic Divide and the Jet Flying Knives, but Skanky Puppy gonna deny Owol from that one. That includes the ult that he was carrying. Sacred goes for the swing. He's able to do some good action towards Long, and they know there's a good pinch at Wine as well. And they're gonna be patient, and good decision considering they are up on numbers at this point.
Yeah, doing a really good job playing their lives. The Shock Dart will take out the Astra as they were in that Astral form trying to make some fancy plays here. Brings it back to a 2v2. The wall goes up. Puppy's still the first line of defense here. Swing from one. Yoshi
enemy remaining.
finds that kill. Jakor trades them out. It's a 1v1. Skanky Puppy's going to win that one. 3 for them that round to tie it up.
Clean and crisp as now Yoshi have even up the board, and that's what I talked about. I mean, it came down to the wire, so the buy was the play, but part of me wishes they didn't. You can see now on that Daycare side, it's Sheriffs and Classics aplenty. At the same time, though, Yoshi fan club got some utility or some kit wiped away from them. They're going to be buying in as well, and looks okay with the exception of Aqua, who's not going to get much out of this round, but he does have knives, so it's okay. We're going to consider it a full buy for their team respectively. Daycare going to have to capitalize on some one-tap Sheriff powers.
I mean, it's happened before. We see it pretty often here. Aqua going to find the first opening pick was that knife onto Stunna. Both Jets have their knives out. The push towards A to come through. Haunter's Fury could do a lot of damage here, but going just a bit too high. Drop that mouse down. Could have found a triple kill for themselves. Sacred now being pushed onto the site. The Jet knives are a little bit quicker. Finds one. Haku's there to trade it out. Puppy's here for the reinforcements as they spray through that smoke. The door will shut and the spike should be dropped soon as the second kill with the knife. Third with the knives from Owol come through. Haku's still trying to do everything they can to hold it down, but 4 with the knives. Could this be a full ace? It's a 1v1 Jet v Jet. Just gonna grab that spike and try and plant it. No ammo in that gun though. Aqua gonna find it and save the round.
Oh man, Hawksness, my heart shattered there. If that Vandal had the bullets to deliver, that would have been the ace and the clutch, man. But part of me wishes he just kept the knives out. I don't know what inspired him on a 1v1 to decide to bail away from the knives. Maybe he just wanted to play the Vandal spray game, or I don't know what the decision was, but tough situation to digest there as he gives that round up.
Yeah, super duper close. Both of the Jets for these teams are kind of being the hard carry for the time being. The knives are just so influential in these rounds. Everyone's going to have a full buy, though, this time. Yoshi's going to grab themselves the Odin. Should be able to hold down that B garage pretty well. Could be a bit of a big play here as the Daycare slowly start to make their way through it.
Good though. Looks like the lockdown here as well. That is Haku swinging with the run it back, but he gets denied that opportunity by Ovo. They know it's coming from underneath Canopy, and they're going to fall away on give it up. Rightfully so, that lockdown is going to be a pivotal factor there. That shock dart comes in, doesn't do much at all. Not up close and personal with the one, gets his gun out, but Sacred is right in his face, able to connect the spine, the blend. And with that, it's down to just one more member. This is Jekor as Astra getting dashed on, and Aqua goes in big. He gets killed, but the concussion is too strong as Skanky Puppy is able to clean up there and bring it home and earn Yoshi their 4th round.
Yeah, you find the one player off of Yoshi's fan club, so that's the best case scenario you're going to get in that 1v5 situation. I mean, the best would be you get the ace somehow, but making do with what you have in front of you, not too bad there. But Yoshi's fan club definitely pulling ahead so far in this one. Those last couple rounds have been pretty good for them. I mean, really good job holding these sites down, getting any retakes if they need be. And the Daycare are going to have to kind of rethink their offensive strats here, I think.
I would say so. At this point, Daycare are in a situation where they are now down to shambles in terms of finances. They are up against a lot of firepower from Yoshi. If they want to make this work on the attacker side, I think the real play would be for them to spread out, maybe work a pick, get some advantage, and then regroup as a team and execute and trade. Most critically, buddy system and trade here. But as we get into a bit of a tactical pause, reason TBD, Stunna, I'm trying to find, attack pause, could it be a ping issue? And I come across Stunna, who I think is literally plugged into the server right now at like 8 ping with all things. So we'll see what the situation is. Wait for it to get back in, but I will say good start from these two teams, and looks like Yoshi is kind of picking up some momentum. And yeah, it's odd seeing them come off of a match like that where they had such a strong showing with kind of, dare I say, troll weapons, and now they're up against a very good matchup.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing pretty well so far. Those 4 rounds in a row. They had a bit of a rough start there in the beginning, but you lose a pistol round, you're kind of going to lose that second round because they get the buy up there. But the last 4, I mean, once they had weapons in their hands, it's been all about Yoshi for the rest of the game so far. Hopefully they can keep that one going. I mean, again, full buy in their hands. They have the Odin. Should be able to hold down this next defense pretty well, barring, some one-shots from the Sheriff coming out from the attacker side here. But it seems like we're good to get back into this game after that quick pause. So we'll run it back into this next round one more time, going towards this A site.
And with the quick denial there coming from the bit of Astra utility, the suction cup as they swing, Haku goes wide, but there is a drone to his face now. The dart as well going to do a semi-decent job of calling out some of that presence. As the turret as well is holding steady at mid, and Jekor realizes there is some activity there. And with that, they're going to regroup towards long, and with a lonesome jet in the wings at B, I don't know what the play is going to be here. If they're going to collapse or maybe pull some rotates and bail.
Could be a good way to pull up through that middle, maybe rotate through the trees, but Aqua in a sneaky situation has been spotted out. All just as they go to swing, they're going to get flashed out. That's going to be 4 kills within milliseconds of each other, but even in lives, until Puppy has something to say about it, will drop well, and the spray just for funsies at the end.
And with that note, we are sitting on a 3 versus 2, 40 on the clock here. Spike still in the hands of Sova on the Daycare side. Has Killjoy to support. I lied. Does not have Killjoy to support. As Yoshi's going to make that Odin go burn in the spirit of Derek, and it's down to just 1, and make that a second for him. So crisp, clean, and easy. The Odin, a monstrous weapon to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, we're used to seeing it over towards B, just spraying through the garage and praying you get a kill, but it can work other places on the map too. I mean, you sit up in heaven, it just has such a strong potential to just hold down that left mouse button, and it can stop any push through. And it does enough damage, you can definitely be fried by that thing pretty quickly.
It's a gun and a half, man. And it really is a viable weapon. So long as your crosshair's in the right place and you're not doing any kind of like running and gunning activity, it's pretty brutal, man. It does a whack load of damage really quickly.
For sure. So the Daycare now have a buy in their hands. Might have an opportunity to start bringing things back into their favor as they move towards the middle of the map. The Hunter's Fury. First shot will go wide. Gonna try and line up the second. Nothing on that one either. Haku finds a 2-piece on the other side of the map. Will finally get traded out by Jekor, who grabs 2 for themselves, but Aqua from the wings gonna trade that one out as well, and we're just left with Nuke Prophet, who has clearly been spotted out by the Yoshi fan club. Finds one before falling, but that's gonna be another round for the defenders.
crisp and clean back at it. Yoshi in the driving seat. Looks like weapons is all it really took, like you said there, Hawks Nest, and they're advancing ahead with a ton of economy. And unfortunately, in similar trend to what we've been seeing, this forces the daycare back to a safe. So they're going to be sitting on sheriffs and light and heavy armor across the board. We'll see what they can do.
5 sheriffs. I mean, if everyone shoots at the same target, the odds are they should die. If as long as so at least 1 or 2 people hit the shot, could make it happen, but it's gonna be tough. The Killjoy ultimate will drop to completely nullify that planned push there. Sacred and Haku gonna push together. Aqua's there as well with the knives. Just the aggression coming out. Yoshi's Odin running through the garage. Just 1 player left alive for the daycare, and probably not for too much longer.
Yeah, you throw some question marks in the air when you got more than a minute left and basically everyone is dead. I mean, it was a save, and Yoshi Fan Club capitalized on it with the counter aggression. And with that, Spike getting planted, so that's a bit of economy in the back pockets of the daycare, but the clutch, but possible. I mean, 2 versus 1, door closed too. Well, now not so much, but there is an Odin. I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting, especially with this Astra utility.
Player standing.
That is a good start with the 1 tap. Sacred gonna try and hop this defuse, might try and stick it, get through the halfway, gonna peek through the smoke. The kill comes through Sacred with the great reaction time, not quite fast enough. And Yoshi pulled that one through the skin of their teeth.
Being in the Astra smoke, I would have loved him to maybe spray or shoot just to kind of pull him off and kind of leave some doubt there. He still wouldn't have known where exactly he was, but all things considered, I mean, it comes out on top. I truly thought the clutch was viable, man, but hey, 7-2 now. They're still in the driving seat by a big margin. So on the way to a, what is kind of veering towards a 10-2 half.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, the daycare, they're going to have another opportunity now with their bye to start to try and swing things around, but if they're not able to get this one, things are looking pretty dire for them at this first half, because if they don't make this one, they're going to be forced back onto a bit of a save half bye, and the cycle is just going to continue from there. So there's going to be a good opportunity for them. They're playing it very slow. I think they recognize that if this one doesn't work out for them, they're in a tough spot. But the ultimate's popped from Yoshi's Fan Club. The aggression to come through. Haku going to take some damage, finds 1. Skanky Puppy finds a 2nd. Only 1 kill to be traded back, and the ultimate re-pops for Haku. And things are just looking rough again.
Yeah, definitely not the most optimal situation. You kind of pointed out something pretty critical, right? Yeah, unfortunately, oh, well, can't even get away as Sacred went full push there. Had we had a bit more, I guess, selective saves, the financial situation would not be where it is now, and yeah, Haku swings big there onto Stunna at mid and cleans up that 8. So yeah, had things been, done a little bit differently in terms of the saves, I think we've been in a much better place, and the daycare would have had much more or more buy opportunities on the table. But it seems like they just didn't manage their finances too well, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. They've definitely been trying to force things a lot, and you gotta give yourself a bit of a cushion. You can't just try and all or nothing every chance you get, and if it's not going to work every single or any time, it's just putting yourself in a real rough situation. So 8-2 is the standing. 2 rounds left in the half, as you mentioned. Could be looking at a 10-2 half here.
Revealing area.
We'll see though. There's still, that's the beauty of these types of situations is if we end up on a 4, I think it's very respectable for the daycare. They're going to be in a good position to defend. And we've seen Ascent is one of those maps that it's not necessarily, dare I say, map-sided. It tends to be very team-sided, where some teams just don't do too well on the attack. They go for the swap, and all of a sudden, the defense is a whole new world. So I'm hoping that's a situation for the daycare.
Yeah, I mean, you make a good point there. If they can just pick it up on defense, they can definitely still come home with this one. By no means over just at the first half. Puppy's gonna spot 1 in the middle with that drone. Shock dart. Do a bit of damage as they swing through the mid.
This peak though. Oh man, Skanky Puppy pays the price with that. I didn't think that was the play, but on that note too, they're gonna collapse right on through the market as they have full control on the crossfire. Aqua and Haku holding on the back there. They're gonna get pushed through by Nuke Profit. It looks like Jekor did not expect that, but Nat is there to trade as he gets 1 before fading away into the darkness.
30 seconds left.
And the daycare now in the driving seat, my friend, with 4 bodies alive and Sky hugs all around the table. And they're going to be holding steady for the post plant.
2v4 is an interesting situation. Sacred going to be the first one to push up, finds 1 onto Owo. using the box as a bit of cover. They know there's at least one person in the back. Gonna swing forward, find the Killjoy shoulder, Nuke Profit. Gonna trade that one out. It's all up to Yoshi and the Odin in a 2v1. Sees one on the site, can't quite connect that kill. Trying to juggle two players at once, and that's gonna win that one out. So the Daycare, they saves themselves from the 10-2. Get themselves another round, and yeah, I mean, like you said, I agree. If they can get 4, that's great. That's very respectable after losing 8 in a row. To be able to come back and muscle those last 2 back would be very big for them.
It's like a little bit of applesauce and a bear paw, and that earns them a round with just 1 away for this half. And this would be strong. I mean, if they can get that 4th, we're going to be very much on point for a really strong second half. And like I said, I hope when Daycare switches out, they get a bit more momentum on that defensive side.
We'll have to see. This is the last round in this first half, so another push towards A for the Daycare will be called out pretty quickly by the Yoshi fan club. The rotation's already coming through. Killjoy ultimate has been dropped. The jellyfish go out. And Daycare back away.
I got the spike.
A bit of a pump fake there, sir, as they grab the spike and run right back to the comfort of Astra. The Cosmic Divide is active as well, and Jekor is worked up through. Yoshi's going to swing there with the good old Odin. He just goes full mouse 1, trying to spam away at the paper mache walls of the site. And with everyone grouped up now, with the exception of Sky, who is a late rotate, they're going to drone on through, but Yoshi is going to do a whack load of damage. Stunner goes in with the big swing as well and connects. And at this point, we have evened up the scoreboard. 4 bodies on each side. Post-plant opportunity. This is where it gets juicy.
Nowhere to run.
Hunter's Fury does get popped from the Daycare. Gonna delay any push forward, maybe do a bit of damage. Lands 1, can't quite connect that 3rd and final shot, but damage and information gained. Nat's gonna find one onto Aqua. Sacred pulls up, will be dropped after Nat finds 2. Puffy grabs that Odin, can't quite find the spray through the wall as Nat grabs a 3rd kill for them. That'll be the 8-4 half, as, I mean, you called it.
It's good, man. I'm happy to see the 4th round really is critical. That cushion, when you're down to 2 or 3, there really is nothing but a thin yoga mat below you. One fall and you're gonna boop your butt. The next one you're not gonna be feeling too good. With this, there's some fluffy clouds below you, and hopefully the Daycare team can close out a strong pistol, a follow up on the 2nd, and then a good strong gun round on the 3rd, and they're gonna be right back into it with just a 1-round deficit.
Have to see how things go. I mean, they have a very utility heavy team. So the defense could just be what they were waiting for. They said, we'll take whatever we can get on offense, but once we switch to that second half, they have a lot to slow down and stop these offensive pushes. But the way Yoshi's been playing, I mean, if they can just muscle right on through it and just hit those shots, I don't know if the utility is going to be enough to stop them.
You brought up a super point there, Hawks Nest. I mean, all things said and done, utility is a critical part of this game. And as much as it has an impact when it's used, it also leaves some question marks when it gets, how can I say, used without cause or reason, right? If they can bait the utility out and capitalize from there, it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out for them. Selective utility usage, especially from Astras, is important, right? And Astra does not excel from dumping stars right in the beginning. Knowing how to place them, pick them up, and kind of shuffle them around, put your cards in the right places at the right time is what makes Astra very strong. So I'm heavily leaning on that, coupled with the the pushability of the Jet. It's going to be a really nice combination to see, but they have to be disciplined on that utility usage and not give it up in the first 15-20 seconds.
Yeah, true. You can't just throw all you got away and hope it's going to work. You got to be able to, read what the attack is going to be. You don't want to fall for these baits like you mentioned, and I think Yoshi has a really good team to make those baits. You have so much utility you can throw out and then just back away from. But before we get into things too crazy, attack onto A comes through. Jekor finds the first one. Aqua and Sacred are trading back and forth pistols and shotguns galore over towards that site. At the end of the day, though, it's going to be Yoshi's fan club in control of the A site. Now the rotation and retake possibility comes through for the Daycare.
We need a nice synchronized rotate and some trades to make this happen. They do hear them towards heaven, and Aqua standing steady on top of green box is going to do some really good damage and leave it down to just one more member. That is Killjoy with the reveal as well. Going to ping that out, and he's going to spam away for Stunner to get anywhere on site here with 3 members contesting in heaven. Unlikely.
You'll see, I liked Aqua playing their life there, trying to jump up at this right moment to get that kill. Does get traded out, but at the end of the day, Yoshi's fan club gonna take home the first round of this second half. 9-4 is the scoreline. That's 4 more rounds for Yoshi's fan club. Could just be the end of this map. We could see them moving on, but Daycare, just the first round of the second half. You have some time to try and pull your strings together and hold it down on this defense.
We hope that there is more in the future for this team, as their 4th round that, you know, is very much, how can I say, well earned in that first half now is kind of falling short. Typically for me, when I see those double digits on that 10, first to hit 10 is really where things kind of pick up steam. So as we proceed ahead, looks like the attackers are heavily pushing onto B side here. Flashes, Aqua, and Haku are, yeah, this is what is so strong about that type of combination. With a flash and a jet dash, sidewalk is a thing of the past.
Yeah, you can just get right in their face before they even know you're there. They're pushing right into the spawn to find Jakor, pushing forward to find another onto Nat and Yoshi's fan club. They just don't care right now. They're running wherever they want to and killing anyone in their path. Just 1 member left for the Daycare's drive.
And yeah, I mean, this is not looking too good. Oh, well, gets the 1. He's going to get a judge off for that. I was really hoping it was going to be a Vandal, but with a spike planted in 4 members, they're going to hunt him down. Saving is not going to happen.
Try and get some cheeky shots with the judge, but it's not quite enough. Yoshi's going to finish that one off, and yeah, they're going to hit that double-digit 10th round like you mentioned. I do agree. I think that's a really big turning point. The team that gets to that first to the double digits, they get a bit of a boost. So like, all right, we're double digits. It's such a good feeling to see that 9 turn to a 10. And on the other side, only sitting at 4, seeing your opponent having 10 rounds, it just starts to hurt at this point. So we'll have to see if the Daycare can kind of hold it together at this point, or if they're just going to start to flop a little bit more and Yoshi's going to run away with it.
And we proceed here with the 10th in hand from Yoshi fan club, now grouped up very much. This is Jet dashing right on over. Jakor gonna deny that with the Odin. Bit of counter punishment from him, as Sacred gonna pick up his stars and bail ship. Jakor gets a 2nd in this round, and with that strong early advantage, the Daycare is in the driving seat. They command this round, but they've kind of shifted off of B already and left it more or less open.
Placing swarm grenade.
The bit of a misplay there, possibly, to just give up that B. So you find the 2 picks towards A. You should assume that they're not going to continue to flood through that same area, but they're still in an okay spot to hold down this B. So you can see Yoshi's fan club moving back towards the middle of the map, trying to find an opening wherever they can. Sacred is going to meet Owo here in the tree. Jakor finds a 3rd with that Odin. The judge going to swing around, but Owo's judge is a little bit fancier that time. Now it's just left a Skanky Puppy. I feel like this guy's been the last one alive so many times for this team.
Yeah, he's. I'm not gonna. This is a tournament, right? End of the day, I don't want to throw the word LMS out there because that is not a healthy thing to be doing. A Skanky Puppy at this point is.
30 seconds
Okay,
left.
but you know what, Jason? Remember this though, right? These guys came from a match, the previous match, where they just absolutely trolled around until the end of the game. So I think Skanky Puppy is having a good time, considering he's just running around without moving his mouse, maybe eating a slice of pizza, sandwich, milkshake. I don't know what this guy. Okay, no, he's good. But with 15 on the clock, I don't know what's going on here.
10 seconds
Sick.
left.
Gonna try and make it happen. 8 seconds.
Yeah, all good, man. We're gonna give that one up. Give it to the Daycare, and we'll pick it up on the next round.
I mean, that was still a really good play from the Daycare. I mean, that Odin over towards that A site completely shut down the rest of the play there. And regardless if Yoshi's fan club just kind of trolled it a bit there at the end, the Daycare still had a great opening. And if they can keep doing things like that, they could start to come back a little bit more. And Yoshi's fan club might have to put their try-hard pants back on if this keeps happening.
Yeah. And you know what? They kind of gave up a couple rounds last matchup, and then they just immediately stepped on it. So we know this team can frag. They're just gonna kind of play it by ear and go from there. The Daycare is gonna keep on pushing too. So we're in for a good treat regardless.
First kill from Aqua with the knives on the stunner will get traded out pretty quickly by the new project. Skanky Puppy pushing forward. Gonna find that Odin no longer in play for the Daycare.
That they are on to site here, fully going on through. Yoshi's continuing his mirage this time, not with the Odin but with the Vandal. With 4 members up, the spike now getting planted. Not an Owo though, going in massive with that 2-piece combination, and that evens up the board. Stanky, my Atlanta. Skanky Puppy gets denied that with Owo, and Yoshi hunting. He's gonna be bailing ship in a 2 versus 1. They're commanding this round. Nats, oh boy, yeah, he's spotted out and he gets away. So with that, Spike is also down. Yoshi's going to have to retrieve that, but it's in a position that he can easily do so. We'll see what he can make of this round.
Not going to make much out of that one as Olo swings through after the flash. Another, decent round out of the daycare. They're holding these sites a little bit better now. I think they've started to get a grasp on the fact that Yoshi's fan club is just going to run into them, and they have to be ready for them just to barge through whatever entrance that they're looking at and try and get these kills as fast as they can. But the daycare holding off a little bit, trying to keep themselves in it for the time being. Buy is going to be a bit rough here for the Yoshi's fan club, so this could be another one heading over to the daycare. What do you think, Strive?
Yeah, I think so too, man. I mean, you look at it across the board, they are in the driving seat with weaponry, and their finances too, after a bit of a rough half in the beginning, we talked about it, they're really healthy. So credit cards not needed for this match, at least for the next couple of rounds.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Hunter's Fury will not find anything for the time being. Aqua already on this site, gonna walk right in front of Nat. Couple shots in the back. Team shots will fall. Skanky Puppy as Nat's able to walk forward now past this wall.
Night night.
And leaving it down to just 2 members of the Yoshi fan club. And I mean, you talked about it right there, Hawk's Nest. They are just, seems like just having a good time and unfortunately turning over rounds. But at the same time, they're on a save. Obo tries to go for the big play with the flying classic, but Sacred denies that. He's got the spike too, getting contested by Stunna down to 60 hit points, no armor as well. The dog is just flying at him off the short. What a sight, like, get over here! And then he's gone. So that earns them their 7th or 8th round actually there.
That will be their 7th round. Should be a full buy for both these teams after that one. Have to see if Yoshi's fan club gonna put the pedal to the metal, as you mentioned before. They give them, they like to play with their food a little bit, it seems.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the point's gonna be that they're gonna say, okay, enough's enough, let's win this game. But it could be this round right here, as they have their hands on a pretty good arsenal.
Definitely, and with that note, just a 3-round delta to close out here. Yoshi fan club around this time last matchup is where they kind of put their foot down on the gas and went all the way home as the Odin goes burr towards the paper mache walls of B, but no one really eats any of that. With the spike dropped very much towards spawn, it looks like the attackers are just kind of trying to work a pick here and go from there.
Yeah, see what they can find. Gonna try and bait out as much utility as they can from the daycare. Haku's gonna find a beautiful first pick onto the new Prophet. The dog will jump, but no one to follow. And that's the pick. They're gonna grab that spike, as you mentioned, dropped towards the spawn and move towards this B site. 2 players from the daycare keeping watch on it though.
You should run.
And with that, they go with the lockdown as well. That is the attacker side leading it. Yoshi fan club gonna lock away the B. W keys on through. Aqua gonna open it up onto Stunna with a clean pick. Haku as well to support. Leaves it down to just 2 members of the daycare. And they go for the full-on aggressive push towards CT. And Skanky Puppy this time is able to connect there. Not LMS by any means. And that gets Yoshi fan club the double 1 on the board.
Looks like they may have started to press the gas a little bit there. That was a very clean round from them, getting these picks and just rotating right through, hitting the shots they need to. And once again, I think daycare just kind of flopping on some of these defenses. They got picked. They should have expected the rotate to come through from somewhere. They were able to get onto that B site without any contention. So have to start locking down these sites a little bit more if they want to keep themselves alive in this one. Decent buy from them for this next round.
Careful now.
And with that, now this is yeah, you said it, you pointed out something too, Jason, right? You said it was a very clean round, and that's what it is, right? Yoshi fan club, despite what the perception that people may have of the team and how they're playing and whatever else it may be, they're clean, right? They're very technical and they understand the mechanics quite well, and they know how to play the game. It's just that I think they're just honestly having fun, man. That's my insight on this entire situation. And if they go all the way to the end, part of me feels like even if they make it to the grands, they're going to do the exact same thing. Just have a great time and then really step on the gas.
Yeah, I mean, when they are playing and putting on the gas, like you say, you can tell, right? They are crisp and coordinated, and these things seem very well practiced and scripted out. They know exactly what they need to do at any given moment. Just this example right here, you have the one player going through trees. Unfortunately, Nat's going to find all of them.
Jeez.
don't quite know how that happened. I think I was talking too good about the Yoshi fan club there. And the universe said, what are you talking about? They're not that good. Stop it.
Cut it out,
I
man.
mean, that's not how I expected that round to go at the end there.
No, me neither. And we get to see a replay of that because it kind of all went by a little bit too quickly. You see Sacred coming around the bend now. Owo is contesting here. Nat gets the 1 and the 2, and he transfers for the 3 and the 4. So really clean job by him holding sight down, keeping Tree and Long at bay. And they're just trailing by a mere 3 rounds here.
Yeah, the gap was so huge, before we got into the second half, and we hoped that they were able to start to bring it back, and they're doing just that. Jakor has the Odin gonna start spraying, do a bit of damage onto Haku, get them around half health, but the run it back will be used. Aqua and Sacred gonna team peek. Find a kill there. Jakor is able to trade it out though.
I got the spike.
Ordered by Haku at sidewalk. Aqua gonna go right over the top there. Dash and a drop. Forget even flying. Takes some damage, but also here Stinky Puppy on the flank is fiddling with his guns, and at the wrong time, opportune moment for Nat as he's picking up that frag. Brings it down to a 3 versus 3 on the retake here. The Daycare gonna have to capitalize against 3 of the stronger members of Yoshi Fan Club. They're holding on to the main. Owo and Soba going right on through, flying up above and high. Everyone's posted up on site there. Aqua gets the 1. New Prophet gonna go wide, shooting at the back end, but cannot connect as Haku trades it out, and he gets his 3rd combination there onto Owo. Looks like they had a lot of opportune frags, but just couldn't close it out.
Match point.
Yeah, there's a couple of moments. I mean, they got them all so low, they just couldn't let that last bullet fly before they were a little bit too eager to try and switch targets or something. I'm not quite sure what went through their heads there, but unfortunate. The Yoshi Fan Club are on that match point right now. Have a good buy for themselves. Yankee Puppy, the only one not with a gun in their hands, but they do. Oh, never mind. There we go. Now it'll be there, just waiting for a teammate to buy it up. So full arsenal for them. The Daycare does have 3 ultimates available if they want to try and stay alive in this. They're probably going to have to spend all of them. The Astro Wall does go up. Puppy finds the 1 in the corner, and everybody will swing for that kill.
Don't know how I felt about Jakor's aggressive position there towards B main, but especially with the Cosmic Divide, you kind of should have read that one coming a bit sooner. New Prophet gonna try and Hunter's Fury his way to victory and does not get much out of that. And with this number advantage now, Yoshi Fan Club are ready to go. Jet Knives are out, and they're gonna plant that spike in the standard corner. And be patient here as Aqua is still connecting on his knives, and just 3 members left for the Daycare.
Make it 2. Aqua trying to make it none, but will get dropped by stun of the knives aren't good enough. Sacred's gonna find the 1, ping out the last member sitting in the spawn. As the operator will dash away. This could be a crazy collateral if it comes true, but only gonna find 1 before getting traded out by Haku. Yoshi's Fan Club 13-8 at the end of this one.
And that wraps it up, man, and what is a typical Yoshi Fan Club style of gaming where yeah, wasn't the last one something like around that same scoreline? So I think all things said and done, man, like we're going to be seeing some more of this team. I have a feeling they're in it for the good times, but a good matchup nonetheless. And they were up against a reasonable set of opponents. But hey, you know what? 13-8, the dub is all said and done, and they advance ahead. More matches to come.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I like to see that they're having a good time while they're here. You know, like it's always awesome to see these teams that when they need to, they can put the try hard pants on and just go crazy on the map, but also enjoy it because the Pit of Valor is just here to have a good time with everybody. You know, it's not as crazy high stakes as like our Radiant Arena and things like that. So it's awesome to see a team not only doing good, but having fun while they do it. I think we're going to take it to a quick break while we get our next match ready, though. So thank you, everyone, for joining us, and stay tuned for some more Pit of Valor action coming your way.
go.
Invincible.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one, only one. I was an ordinary boy until I broke the rules. My life destroyed, life destroyed. Until I walk awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Can I take? Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. the first time of today. Today. To dream, believe. You are the strength, you're all I need. Oh, gonna give it a shot. Only one of me to shield you all from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Can I be your superhero?
Guys, we are back with another matchup. Of course, the friendly face of Hawksness here by my side. Gonna bring you another one. This is gonna be Timothy and Friends versus Converse Esports, and we're shaking it up. No ascent here, guys. We are going straight to La Icebox. So Converse is gonna be starting off on the defense. Timothy and Friends on the attack. I'm looking forward to it. Icebox, a refreshing, cool site, dare I say.
Yeah, we're gonna chill things out a little bit. Hopefully not in terms of the action, but yeah, I mean it's a nice break. I like seeing Icebox. It's still one of those maps. It's not, the newest map with the addition of Breeze, but it's still one of those maps that some teams just haven't really had a lot of practice on. So a team that picks it, you hope they know what they're doing on that one. So it just brings a bit of a switch up there. Some really cool strategies have been played on this map, and I definitely think it's a fun one to watch and cast.
Yeah, likewise. The verticality is very cool about it. And I want to, of course, say one more cool thing, guys. This is an awesome event. It's a Wednesday $100 prize pool sponsored by Team Caged. They have a fantastic CSGO team going right now, and they are also looking for a Valorant roster to sign. So ! Sponsor is your plug on that. If you think you're fit for the role, be sure to reach out to them via the socials that plug will bring up. And of course, big shout out to our sponsors, Drink Control, keeping it real. Code GLG10 as always. If you have not used that code yet, shame on you. It's unacceptable here. But getting into it, man. Radiant Arena. We talked about it earlier. Guys, big prize pool, lots of tournaments available. That's 3 tournaments, massive $3,000 on the line. Community Gaming has been so gracious enough to support us on that. Jason, it's going to be a juicy one.
Yeah, that's gonna be every single one of those tournaments is gonna be an absolute banger. A lot more money on the line than here. You gotta be Immortal Plus to sign up for that one. But if you are interested and you meet those requirements, definitely throw !Radiant in the chat. That'll give you a link, and you can definitely go and sign up for that one or get more information, whatever you're trying to do. But we are into this next lobby. We do have the agent selection up on the screen. And Icebox is one of those maps that you get to see Sage on, and it's being hovered right now by the defenders. We'll have to see if they lock that in, though, Strive.
Let's see. I do like the Viper hover on Icebox. Those lineups can be an absolute nightmare, and they absolutely make me want to smash my wall against the head. Mamma mia, smash my head against the wall. So we'll see if that gets locked. Looks like they're all hovering, and I'm expecting that to come out. I do like the Astra too, though, man. That fits really well with this map.
Yeah, a lot of spots you could just completely block off by the Viper, the Astra, the Sage, a lot of walls being used in this map. We'll have to see as they start to lock things in. We're definitely going to see at least one Sage. The Yoru being hovered. I'm not sure if that'll get locked in, though. Going to hover back towards that Viper, and that will get locked in. So excited to see Viper on this map. Going to be locked in for the other side as well. That's an identical team comp on both sides, is it not?
Given my massive brain, yeah, I think it is.
Well, that'll be good to watch. I always like watching these like mirror matchups because then it's not like, oh, one team just has better abilities than my team and then that's why we're losing. It really comes down to the gun skill and some of the strats that the teams can come up with. And I think it just makes for a really interesting comparison between the teams.
Yeah, likewise. You're right. It's definitely eliminates one variable, which is the comp and the utility usage part of it, and it comes down to just raw skill. So, getting into it, Hawk's Nest, thoughts, opinions. How's this going to go? I mean, it's the first for you and I on this map this evening, so I'm kind of floating somewhere above the map here, much like our observers are taking us around, undecided as to how this is going to unfold.
Yeah, me as well. I mean, both these teams have made it this far in the bracket, avoiding taking a single loss, single elimination. So they obviously have been doing something right so far. I haven't seen either of these teams so far. It's going to be a real big toss-up for me as well for the time being. We'll have to see as the first couple rounds start to pick apart how these teams are playing with each other, against each other, and we'll have to go from there. But the first play will be towards this A site. First pick goes to Tim. Wildfire will be the one to drop this Viper wall is set up.
And we're just vibing as Tim is trying to do some more activity on the behind there. Blitz gets the 1-8 full suck. Actually, he didn't get much of a suck off there. He is lit, but Stone A going big for the swing. Mid control is very strong on this map, and when executed correctly, that swing can do a lot of damage, as most people just kind of lurk towards the ramp area there, as they're kind of regrouping towards long B, but the rotates are present here. Lots of contest.
One kill down on the B site. CXM going to grab that one. Borderlander will start to drop that spike, but the teammate falling will signal to stop. The doink is there. Going to find that kill. Spike should go down. 3v2 right now. Timothy and friends have the man advantage for the time being, but that could change very quickly. Just a couple pistol shots will take someone down.
And we wait now. Blitz continuing the barrage. That drone gonna tag off Stone A. And with that note, he's gonna try and make some magic happen. Pinned at yellow. Two people contesting him. Blitz gets the one with a 3K combination. Can he get more? He's lit. No! Still though, one member. This is Lucas. He's gonna jiggle it. But is he sticking? No, he's off. Finessing the yellow container. Time is ticking. He's got to get on it, and he doesn't have much time. And Stone A plays it so well. Patience, Jason, and comes out on top.
Patience definitely wins out of that 8 health. Clutch indeed out of Stone Eye. Timothy and friends gonna take that first pistol round. Will treat themselves to some Spectres and armor. Converse Esports gonna be sticking with the classics, it seems like for now. They're gonna decide if they want to buy up those sheriffs or not. A couple will go for them. A very close first round. I'm interested to see if that's gonna, be the story for the rest of these ones, obviously barring any big gigantic advantages like the one Timothy and friends has currently with their Spectres, but we'll see as the round progresses. Phone gonna push up real fast, try and get some shots on directs. Can't quite land any though, but some good information as they continue to push up aggressively towards this B site.
Bomb, however, is in a completely different area code. Met up with A and just kind of lurking at mid area, watching for any kind of funny pushes. They're going to drone ahead here into yellow, and that would ideally pull some rotates over as Pawn is trying to do some damage there off the Lucas in the wings. And with a well-placed headshot, he brings that one home. And on that note, too, you can see there's Jet already on the rotate. They continue their barrage, and yeah, A's basically free, man. They don't even need to do anything as the rotates are coming through and the frags are following right behind.
Well, it's going to be the first one to pick up a kill for their team, but it's only going to be the one. Yeah, I mean, that was just an absolute massacre over towards B. The rotations came through, as you mentioned, just right into the crosshairs of Timothy and his friends. Quick round there. Going to be, kind of, I guess you could chalk it up just to the weapon advantage. There's not too much you can do with the pistols, getting sprayed at by some Spectres, but now Converse Esports, they went for a bigger save, so they're going to have a lot of rifles in their hands, only one player without that full armor. So they're going to have the range advantage. And I want to see how they're going to use that, because I feel like Icebox is definitely one of those maps you could just sit back up on some sort of balcony or ledge or something, just wait for the players to come into you. But we'll see how we go as the round begins. Pone finds a couple shots onto Lucas.
The range, like you said, Icebox was one of the first maps that, you forget range when you get up close and personal at a tube. Complete polar opposite of what you were talking about there, but the frag is still on the board. And Timothy and friends are now down in numbers by just one. Swinging, Wildfire holding steady at that container. The verticality, like we said in the beginning, a nice mix-up on Icebox, a good change for Valorant. Tim contesting against counterpart Sage. Boom, and Trades coming out there in a 4 versus 3 now. Converse Esports leading now even by 2. And Blitz lines up the double to come in big with that Reyna. Sone and Tim, and a double dismiss to bring it home.
That was a good comeback round right there out of Converse Esports. Those assault rifles just outmatching. I mean, like you said, the range doesn't even matter if you're able to walk right up into someone and grab that kill, but bunch of good frags coming out of this round right here.
Yeah, you can watch the replay. Wildfire has that crosshair in the neighborhood, and despite the ADS unscope, he connects with that, and there is the double.
Another push towards A seems to be the play here for Timothy and friends. They're being a bit more aggressive, have some rifles in their own hands as well, so they can mimic that range. Both the Viper's walls going to make a crisscross for now. So many Leers and utility just being thrown out. No kills to come through yet. Everyone's just trying to peek around these corners. See if them finds one, can't find the others. Boom's going to be able to trade that one out.
Welcome to my world indeed, as the Viper ultimates are plenty now. With that spike planted, Tim is contesting that headshot angle, which I am not a fan of, and he falls away, rightfully so, to play the ultimate. Swinging now, watching there, that is Blitz with the response, 1 step ahead of the game. And the Reyna ult here coming in big, Empress active, and it gets quickly denied now. Or actually still active on life. Sony is the one sporting that, and he brings it home. And easy peasy there for Timothy and friends. Timothy, you have some good friends. I'm going to give you a pat on the back for that, my friend, as you are leading 3-1.
All the fights over towards that A site, just especially in this game where the team comps are mirrored, I really have to give props to these guys for being able to know what team the ability usages are. I know they're like kind of color coded, but I don't know. Sometimes playing, especially on Icebox over towards that A site, I get very lost in who's actually using what. And it kind of looked like Converse Esports had a bit of a confused play there. At the same time, I mean, there's kills going across the board for either side, but Timothy and friends come ahead with that one. A beautiful spot there by Pone. Gonna find the first opening frag onto Rex, but we'll get traded out by Rex, excuse me. The rest to come in though to even things up back at 4-4.
And yeah, I was expecting that res to be a troubling one and just get killed off, but they survive. And with that, Timothy is still leading with 1 number plus. Jet knives are active. Reyna, though, there is an ultimate available, and unfortunately, Borderlander does not connect on the goop. Leaves it down to just 1. Wildfire, though, with those knives is still pushing ahead. With that divide now going here, Wildfire knows there's activity as he is tapping away, but I think his knives are now a thing of the past. Got to retake against 2 here, Jason. We'll see what we can do.
Trying to spray that first runs out of ammo, attempts to switch off, but 5 health left. Just takes 1 bullet from Stone Eye. That'll be 4-1 now for Timothy and friends. Another 2 in their pocket. If the trend continues, Converse Esports might take this one back. We'll see where we go from there. Wildfire does have that operator in their hands, though. That is a big bonus for them. There's so many long lanes that you can hold down with that and just, you know, either get the information, get these picks, but it's super useful on Icebox if you ask me.
I'm with you on that one. And with this lead in this buy round, the next one is going to be, I think, this round is going to be the determining factor for how the next 1 or 2 unfold, right? This economy is going to be a trouble. Oh, Bond! I was waiting for that. He goes nice and aggressive onto Lucas, and with that, the attackers are in the driving seat, and I'm kind of surprised that rotates aren't already coming out. Looks like Reyna and Jet are still kind of chilling towards mid and A as the wall plant, the good old GLG strat of the day comes out here.
Spike planted.
PK will hit. 2 kills going the way of Timothy and friends. Converse in a 2v1 has the Sage res available if they choose to use it, but kind of in some weird situations to try and get resed. Bit too dangerous. They're gonna back off, possibly just trying to save for this round. So nice on the hunt, trying to keep them from saving anything that they can at this point, checking all of these angles. There's so many places to look around as you move through this map, and doing a good job trying to check the important ones.
With that spike now ticking away to its doom, unlikely that Converse is going to be doing much of anything here. It's like they're on the hunt though, and complete opposite end of the map. The attackers are not going to let Sage and Jet survive if they can. And Stoney gets the 1 as Boom can't even fire a single bullet before that connection comes through, and they earn another round on the book. So really commanding start from them, as I think this situation is kind of falling apart for Converse, as they are just financially all sorts of messed up.
Yeah, they did manage to save the op, which is big here. Everyone else died. The only player to survive is the one with the most expensive gun. Could be like, you know, the silver lining here, but I do agree things are starting to fall apart for Converse Esports here on a very strange buy, considering that they do have the op and just a bunch of mismatched weapons here. They're gonna have to pull off something a bit cheeky if they want to be able to take this one home. Boom's gonna find a nice headshot with the Sheriff. That could be a good opening, but two players immediately trade back. Boom doing whatever they can with that Sheriff, but as soon as they get a kill, their teammates die right after.
One enemy remaining.
Borderlander is continuing that barrage towards Kitchen and leaves it down to the only lonesome Reyna. That is Blitz, who gets denied the opportunity to participate in the remainder of that round. And 6-1 now for Timothy and friends in a very strong push. Every which way they go, Hawks Nest, they're really driving it home. They're opening up with really big picks, and I don't know if it's just the the attacker force that's driving that. I kind of feel that Converse is just a little bit too peaky sometimes.
Yeah, I think they yeah, I do want to mention, going back to even just the picking of this map, Timothy and friends were the ones to pick this map.
True.
And they definitely know what they're doing on this map. I think Converse Esports, it seems like they don't have as much practice on this map. Like you mentioned, they're over peaking. I think they're just being in spots so they don't realize how vulnerable they are in those spots, and that's kind of starting to cost them. So I'd like to see them start playing a bit more cautious, a bit more laid back. Wildfire, it does find an opening, but gets immediately traded out. So we'll see. It seems like they're playing a bit more back this round right now. This could be a good sign for them. Maybe they're starting to recognize their faults, but spread out across the map from either team here. The Spike's still in the attacking spawn, as the A play didn't quite pan out for them.
And on this note too, with minute on the clock, given the even up scenario, it's a question of what's Converse going to do, right? It'd be foolish for them to get over peaky here. Waiting for a pick would be opportune, and rotating off of that as they run that timer down. How can I say, the selection of sites kind of limits itself down, and you can almost guess that wherever action is, that's where they're going to be. But the spread from the attacker side is what leaves the defensive side being, keeping them honest, right? You can't just commit because you over rotate. There's presence everywhere. They can easily